You're listening to NPR. Florida officials say that hurricane-damaged seaports have reopened are now able to accept fuel imports. Hurricane Milton's damage at ports led to gas shortages across Florida. Cleanup has been underway all weekend. There are more than 187,000 customers without power in Florida. Pandas are coming to Washington, D.C. again. A pair of this week in the U.S. Capitol to live at the Smithsonian National Zoo. They're the first pandas to be sent by China to Washington in 24 years. NPR's Emily Fang reports.
The National Zoo previously hosted a panda called and their cub, but the panda family never returned to China last year. Now, after a big renovation of its panda quarters, the National Zoo is ready to welcome a second set, 3-year-old pandas, Bali and Tingo. China has successfully figured out how to breed and raise giant pandas, and its program, where it loans out its pandas for a hefty fee to the U.S., has become a standout diplomatic win with the U.S.
Good morning to you guys. Going to get on with you in a minute. I'm getting the poll question up.
Conservation Association said they had packed the necessary corn buns, bamboo shoots, carrots, water, and medicine en route to keep the pandas well-fed and comfy during their long journey to their new home. Emily Fang, NPR News, Taipei, Taiwan.
A Minnesota horticulture teacher has won this year's World Championship Pumpkin Weigh-Off in Half Moon Bay, California. Travis Geiger's pumpkin weighed 2,471 pounds. This is NPR.
This message comes from Bombas. Socks, underwear, and t-shirts are the top 3 requested clothing items by people experiencing homelessness. Bombas makes all 3 and donates 1 item for every item purchased. Go to bombas.com/NPR and use code NPR for 20% off.
All right, there we go. Everybody's back. I don't know what happened.
Same great taste. The best chicken around. Fish dinners. Open Monday through
There you go.
Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken, right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A, here in New.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bruce Winyan. I'm a counselor that works here in the Metro Atlanta area. I'm offering my services as a counselor. Contact me if you need my services at my website, www.flourish2.org, or you can reach me at my number 470.
Oh, no, I got to get that done. Pete, good morning, everybody. Trying to wake up.
In-person and online services are available.
Are you looking for a reliable dental practice that not only cares about your teeth, but is friendly to work with?
It's a little cooler this morning than normal.
Well, your search is over. Those valuable smiles in downtown Eatonton, Georgia is committed to giving you the biggest.
Good morning, Pamela. Good morning, Patriot. Good morning, Toby. Good morning, Pete. Good morning. Good morning, great people.
Most Valuable Smiles veneer special includes 1 free veneer with every 5 purchased. Or get that bright white smile you've always wanted.
You debated a gun grab. Really?
$100 off Zoom whitening treatment when you book today. Most Valuable Smiles in downtown.
Why would they in there even talking about that? Like that's even relevant, Patriot.
Or visit mostvaluablesmiles.com.
It's the last call of 2024.
Especially in what you had, they should have known that. Good morning, Daniel. Well, good job, Patriot, for you, my brother. Oh, it was my poll question, I believe. Okay. Well, that's cool. Good job, buddy. Proud of you. Do your thing. All right, we're getting ready to come on. Had to get coffee. I was busy up to the time. Recording news and stuff. Got all kind of things I had to do now going into this new adventure that I've got starting next month. Yep. He's right.
The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on? It is that time once again for another TGIT Twisted Tuesday edition. We got coming up for you, Shane B in the final period movie reviews. Plus, ladies and gentlemen, we've got it going on. Can it? He returns. It's Richard Holdridge, and we do our picks then in the NFL. Stay tuned. It's Tuesday. We've got a lot in store for you. Who am I? It's RyanOradio, Penitentiary. I'm your host of the most, Ryan O'Neal, and of course, 78,000 plus of you worldwide on that shoutcast. Shout it out loud, everybody. You shout it. Oh, voice is starting to go out. Cannot sing that one. Shout it out loud. We're across there. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we are across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, Finally, we're also across Earth. Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation, ladies and gentlemen. Navajo Nation. Can you believe that? 25 different radio stations, real and internet. We're across the RyanOradio media page, which takes us on 23 different streaming platforms. We're across YouTube, Facebook, and Jordan Communication and Family Radio Stations, 99.1 FM, WQEE the key, and the others we'll tell after this. But first, to my haters, listen up. Oh, I'm the man around here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. Pre-show poll question. There you go, the Patriot. We got to say hello to the Patriot. You got to drop him in there. He always does the Minuteman Mountain War Room pre-show for us, to lead us right into the RyanOradio Penitentiary. And I appreciate that. A lot of his fantastic friends and members of that organization. Listen, we appreciate those guys. Also, good morning to Martin, our elder statesman. We got to do that. Our elder statesman. Give him a little bow down. That's what you got to do to the greatest generation. You got to be respectful. And if you're not being respectful, well, whatever. You're being wrong. Brewhouse reviews is in the house. Good morning, gang. Brewhouse is in the house, he says. Toby. Good morning, Toby. Token is smoking this morning. Miss Pamela from Pennsylvania. I want to know how cold it is there, because I'm going to tell you how cold it is here in just a few moments. Pete Davis. Noonan. The Noonan dance. There you go. Also, Daniel this morning from Missouri, the Kansas City Chiefs fan, knowing those Chiefs are going to go to the championship. This week is going to be a game between the 49ers and the Chiefs. That's kind of a Super Bowl rematch. Can't wait for that one and see who comes out on top. Also, I think, I've said that there. I want to make sure I got everybody's name in here. Sweet Leaf, good morning to you. Bob, Tim, Sue, and Rodney K on the Navajo Nation. Diana in South Wales this morning. We have to say hello to Kiko in Japan. Konnichiwa. That's good afternoon to her there. And good overnight to konnichiwa to our friend. First, let's get all confused. Good afternoon to Diana, and Kiko in Japan. Good evening to you. There you go. We got it right. Finally, Ryan, we got it right. Get a little tongue-tied, stuff it on my tongue and everything. It's Tuesday. It's Twisted Tuesday. Twisted Tuesday, we can get all twisted and everything. Or you can drink twisted tea, whatever you want to do. I don't know. Anyway, good morning to him. Kiko's laughing out loud. Funny. Robert in Australia, good morning to you, or good afternoon to you as well. And Sarah Bear overnight in New Zealand, good overnight. Hopefully you get a little scary with you. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we got to say hello to all of our friends coming back on from Canada yesterday as they were celebrating Canadian Thanksgiving. Bob, Tom, and David, Helen with an E, Vicky, and Alice. Good morning to them. All right, yes, 43 degrees, 41 degrees when I got up this morning. Now it's 43 degrees, 48 in Atlanta. That's right. It's cold out there. It's turning into that winter. But you know how Georgia weather is, for those who don't know. Georgia weather is like I was telling truck driver Terry yesterday. It's winter in the mornings, then fall, then summer, then spring, then fall, then winter again. That's how we do it. That's how we do it bipolar weather in Georgia. 48 degrees in Atlanta, 43 in Noonan, 44 in West Point, and of course in Auburn, Opelika, it's 47 degrees. Over in Lineville, you guys are holding at 43 degrees as well. And you guys are an hour behind us there. So maybe you'll catch up with us in an hour over in Lineville. All right. It's about almost, it's a little bit past the time for us to do news. We need to go ahead and get that underway. News time brought to you by this hour. Brought to you by our friends at Warrior Defenders. That's right. Our Warrior Defenders bringing you a look at some logo news here. H.D. Reese hosts a show on Monday called Empower Strikes Back, and she is always out taking care of business and teaching women proper techniques and protecting themselves. WarriorDefenders.com. All right, Appalachia High School up there in North Georgia, you know where the shooting occurred, guys. They're going back to full-time schedule after the mass shooting that happened on September 4th. They were down to just a half a day. That, of course, Appalachian is down to a half a day. The goal for them is get new safety recommendations to the board early next year. Well, the wife of a Rockdale County official in Georgia has suddenly died after testifying against the biolab chemical fire we told you about as well. She's asking for patience, understanding, and privacy during this time in his death. Georgia is the key state, guys, in deciding the next president of the United States in about 3 weeks. Get out and vote. We've got early voting going on today. A lot of people have already got out and vote, and both candidates are going to be making their way through Georgia. As of yesterday, one of the representatives for the Democratic Party was in Columbus, and one of the representatives for the Republican Party was in North Georgia. So, and we're not talking about Trump and Harris. We're talking about people out speaking for them. So there you go. But that's what's going on. Reality star Julie Christie of Chrisley Knows Best has appealed a new prison sentence, ladies and gentlemen. Golly. That's amazing. An Auburn, Alabama man has been sentenced to federal prison for the death of a teen in 2021 due to fentanyl overdosing and poison. The 23-year-old J.Q. Adams will serve 12 years behind bars as he was sentenced on October 10th. Some other headlines you can read in here. LaGrange police officer charged and arrested and being held at the Troup County Jail for stealing $7,000 from an elderly man. A man injured in LaGrange in a robbery. The suspect is still on the run. A legendary radio show host dies at age 58. All these stories coming up for you later on this morning. All right, we'll get into some of these stories now. That is your local news at 21 minutes past the hour. Well, I would say national news in a way as well. So, reality's TV star Julie Chrisley. You know, Chrisley Knows Best. Both he and his wife, Todd Chrisley. He and his wife. Did I say that? I'm sorry. Anyway, Todd Chrisley and his wife, Julie Chrisley, were sentenced to prison for, their accounting really kind of messed up and everything. And they were over living their lives in Georgia, moving to Tennessee. You know that Todd Chrisley became friends with a guitar player from Rascal Flatts. He made appearances on the Chrisley Knows Best television show on USA, as well as on the USA Network. I think a former hockey player who's passed away was dating Savannah Chrisley, the daughter, and all this. And then there were spinoffs, and they went out to Hollywood. I don't know. But the Atlanta-based reality TV stars Julie Chrisley is appealing a 7-year prison sentence handed down last month. On September 25th, a federal judge resentenced Chrisley to 7 years for her conviction on bank fraud and tax evasion charges, declining her request for less time in prison than originally imposed. If she hadn't been on television, she'd been you and me. She'd been you and me. They'd have probably gave us a chance to pay it off. We'd be in the poorhouse, guys, but we wouldn't be sitting behind bars. The judgment came down after an appeals court vacated her original sentence back in 2022. Julie's attorney, Alex Little, asked the judge to reduce his client's sentence to no more than 5 years. He argued that she was a minor player in the crimes that her offenses were dramatic mistakes. I also know that she has behaved well and taken advantage of enrichment opportunities during her 20 months in prison so far, receiving more than 70 certifications so she can get out and talk, I guess, do well for the community after she gets out. Chrisley and her husband Todd gained fame for Chrisley Knows Best, which followed the tight-knit family and their big, extravagant lifestyle. A jury in 2020 found them guilty of conspiring to defraud community banks out of more than $30 million in loans. The Chrisleys were also found guilty of tax evasion, holding their earnings. So she's trying to get back out of it, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. She is trying to get back out of it. November 5th, which will be anarchy and civil war or peace. No civil war. Because all I got to say, Pete, is the drones will finish everybody off. There won't be no civil war. People are not going to be people, no matter how mad they get on either side. You think there's going to be peace if either side is mad about the other? I think that you got a small portion of people that are going to act a fool, but majority is going to be like, well, we knew this was going to happen, or we knew that was going to happen. Well, congratulations, whether we like it or not. That's what most of us are going to do. I'm just ready in 3 weeks for it to be over. I'm done hearing about it. I think the Chrisley Knows Best is more interesting than what's going on with politics. I'll be glad when it's over. When it's over, it's going to be over. There's going to be some people mad or sad, and some people and a lot of people happy or whatever. Some people happy, whatever it's going to be. It doesn't really matter. Whoever's the president going to be the president, and like we're just going to stand behind. I don't think it'd be, if Trump don't go in, I don't think there'll be a war. I don't think people are going to want to fight. They'll be mad about it. They'll just say, I'm just not going to listen to, she's not my president, is what they'll say. And if he gets in, the other side might cry or whatever, but once it's over, I'm like, okay, that's the president. I'm going to stand behind whoever it is. That's just me. I'm sick of seeing this toddler fight. That's the presidential race. Me too, Daniel. I'm more excited about seeing the Chiefs and the 49ers this weekend, a rematch. Yeah, I'm about ready over it too. But when it's over, whoever's president, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to stand behind whoever's president. So please don't be mad at me if we get a reelected president that wasn't reelected in 2020. I'm going to stand behind them because they're the president. Yeah. How do you know there won't be a war? The other side might want to fight over her. If he loses, there'll be a war because she wants our guns and will tax 90% of my income. No food makes people fight. She can't get you guns. That's not going to happen. There's no way she's going to get you guns, Patriot. I can tell you that right now. There's no way that can happen. Now, food-wise, yeah, they're going to go up on prices. Yeah, the prices are never going to go down, whoever's in there. Neither one will go down. The price is not going to go down. They're just going to have to raise people's pay. But people will get mad about the food. I can see that. I understand that 110%. But I just don't think people are going to be stupid enough to fight. And they can't take your guns from you. They just can't take your guns from you. Brewhouse says, I think the Dems know she's going to lose, and they're going to let her lose so they can spend the next 4 years preparing for 2020. See, Brewhouse reviews. That sounds like a logical explanation there. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. And I understand, Mark says, I'm not going to stand behind her even if she does become president. I understand, brother. I understand. And that's your feeling. And you have every right to do that. I know people out here are like, what, Ryan? You think people have, yeah, people, if they don't like somebody, they have every right not to stand behind them if they want to. But I'm just behind whoever the president is. I just be glad when we can get this friendly old man out of the White House and everything, because it's been terrible. We come out of a pandemic and probably something he never knew how to handle, and that's why it ended up the way it did. Yeah. But brew house reviews. Thank you, brother, for that. That sounds great. I appreciate that. That sounds reasonable there. Thank you, brother, for what you said. Morning, Terry. Truck driver Terry. Is truck driver Terry in the house? Good morning, truck driver Terry. Yeah, I know that's going to make uncomfortable. I understand the Patriot. He says she wants my tax. She wants to tax my house. Yeah, they want to tax. They try to go up. But you know what? If you get together in a group and you walk to your, and I don't mean gun-wise, but you just walk with a group of people like they did here in Noonan when they were going to tax these people's homes on the outskirts and the county and everything. They said, no, well, this ain't going to happen. Everybody showed up. They took it back. They decided, oh, we're not going to go on them taxes. So just, I'm telling you, there's a way to do it. They'll really be scared to try to overcharge people with, especially the last 4 years, guys. Ooh, with the pandemic destroying us in the first couple of years or 2 years, and then not knowing how to recover from that and losing the pipeline and all that kind of stuff. I think once we get that pipeline back up, there's going to be a lot of stuff. I'll be homeless and I'll make good money, like you know. I'm not gonna let you be homeless, Patriot. You can come stay with me. You and the wife can stay with me. It's not a big place, but you can come stay. There you go. Yeah. I know that I'm like Daniel on this. I'm about ready for these kids to stop acting up. Anyway, there we go. So Chrisley knows best. Wow. Georgie and Mandy is a spinoff. Guys, we'll talk about this later on. Spinoff from Young Sheldon, which was a spinoff from the Big Bang Theory, which starts this week. I'm going to talk a little bit about that as we head into the movie reviews and TV reviews and movie and show reviews in the final segment with our good friend, the one, the only, Shane B. Also, we got a little NFL Picks the Hit coming up this morning. So there you go. All right, guys, just one more time, just to remind you, Georgia is a key state. Get out and vote. There's already a lot of people who've already voted. Send back in their mail-in ballots. There's already people. This is early voting today. Get out and do your part, Georgia. They're dependent on us. Get out and do your thing, Georgia. Everybody's dependent on us. All right, back in a moment. Oh, are we talking about Jameson already? Look, you know how I know you don't care, Martin, but you know how to get away with drinking a lot of Jameson really, really early in the morning? Get you a coffee cup and make it look like. You think there'll be civil unrest no matter who wins either way? I hope not, guys. I hope not. I really do. I pray not. I think that there's a lot of us that won't get along. But you do, brother? Wow. I hope not. I pray that it don't. No matter what, I pray. Tequila is your kryptonite, says Brewhouse. Hey, he's going to review that for you guys. Ryan, Irish coffee. Irish coffee, yeah. I don't drink it because I don't drink it all, but I'm just trying to help Martin out. My Ed McMahon, help him out. He'll sit over there with a little bit of coffee and a lot of Jameson. The Irish version of coffee. Yep. Yeah, brother. I pray for peace too. I pray for peace too because I just feel we're all better than that. Vote right. Vote for Jesus. I'm always vote for Jesus, Pete. I love it when you say that. Danny, so I spent a couple of winters working in northern South Dakota, and every night and the bar in the evening started with Jameson and ended with a blackout. Say, Martin, you got another Jameson drinker here. Oh, Lord. Morning, Pamela. From Pamela. How cold is it? It is 43 where I'm at. How cold is it in Pennsylvania? I do have more faith in humanity because you guys all proved it to me. That's the reason. You have to look at. I look at all of you guys with difference in opinions being in here and being able to sometimes have different opinions than me, and we still get along. So that's why I guess I have more of a little faith in humanity, Patriot. Because I can tell everybody when people are like, oh, have you seen all these shows or heard all these shows and all these people that are doing this, that, and the other? I says, yeah, it's not real. And they're like, what? I'm like, I got real audience, so I know it's not real. That's why I have more faith, because of all of you guys. You guys did it. So you gave him, if it's false hope, it's because of you, Patriot. I'm just kidding.
If you're in need of counseling services, please reach out. We can do
Amen, brother.
And online services are available.
Ryan, I'm Irish. There will always be Jameson and Guinness. Oh, and potatoes and corned beef. Oh, there you go. I love some potatoes. You better watch out. Pete's gonna make his way from Georgia to your house, brew house, because he's gonna be, hey, that sounds good. Pete says, I love Southern comfort. Yes, indeed. Pamela says, put cinnamon in your ground beef for you. Cinnamon in your ground beef before you brew your coffee. Put cinnamon in your, not ground beef, put cinnamon in your grounds before you brew your coffee, then brew it and your coffee will taste so much better. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try that, Pamela. Thank you.
Who would have ever believed the three angriest people on television are named Whoopi, Sonny, and Joy? It's Saturday Night Live, Saturday, October 26th at the Rally Point Grill.
Martin says, no Southern comfort for me. That's why I ended up with 3 women one night. I'm just kidding. He is a bass player and a piano player, so that's it. What's up, Road Tide and Randall? How you doing, bro? 38. Ooh. Wow, Fahrenheit there.
That's Saturday, October 26th at the Rally Point Grill in Woodstock. For tickets or more information, visit newsmakerline.com or call 678-829-SHOW. That's 678-829-SHOW.
The Justice Department is suing Virginia Republican Governor Helene for removing illegal immigrants from its voting rolls.
Due to the complaint, the State Board of Elections and Virginia Commission of Elections Susan Neal claims Youngkin violated the National Voter Registration Act by purging voters from the voter roll this close to the November election. The act requires states to complete their maintenance program by 90 days before an election under a clause known as the quiet period provision. Under the governor's executive order, Virginia has removed over 6,000 individuals, including those illegally registered to vote. Youngkin's order ensured that the voter list had daily updates. The Department of Justice claims the move resulted in the cancellation of Virginia residents' voter registration. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
Also, in the StartingNews.com, the devastation of Hurricanes Helene and Milton is still being tallied. Napa resident Brooke Carstensen, whose home was flooded by Milton, says the community has really come together.
We all have our hurricane or our bug out kits
most important thing for us was the community we built. And that made all the difference for both the hurricane rescue and the recovery, and now hopefully the restoration.
As of Monday morning, Florida power companies have restored electricity to almost 90% of 3.4 million house at SRNnews.com.
Welcome back. Every St. Patty's Day, there will be corned beef and cabbage at the Brew House Shack. Woohoo! Ladies and gentlemen, it's all right. Welcome back into RyanOradio Penitentiary. About 39 minutes past the hour. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. It's 38 degrees in Pennsylvania, where Pam is at. 43 here in the metro Atlanta area of Noonan, and up to 48 in Atlanta, ladies and gentlemen. How cold is it in your neck of the woods? Let us know. Willard Scott wants to say a big happy 101 years young going out to Miss Ruth out there in Washington State. You guys remember that, don't you? Welcome back into RyanOradio Penitentiary. It is a Twisted Tuesday. We got a lot of great guests coming up for you. But first, here's our poll question today. In their day, which of these TV shows was the most strange? The Twilight Zone, 77% of the votes. Rebooted that. One Step Beyond. I'm watching that right now. 0% of the votes. Come on. Alfred Hitchcock Presents, 8% of the votes. And Other. And the only reason I put Other was I completely forgot the other one's name that I've checked out every one of these. 15% of the votes. You guys could probably remember that. Go ahead and pop it in there. The poll question is up. Like, subscribe, and share to the page. RyanOradio Penitentiary show on WZZV, Victory 100.3 FM in LaGrange, WVEQ 98.7 FM in Lynette, Alabama, WZEV 90.5 FM in Lineville, and right here at our home station in Atlanta, Metro Atlanta, WQE 99.1 FM, The Key. We're all over the Radio Plus, 78,000 of you on the Shoutcast. We're on 23 different streaming platforms with the RyanOradio Penitentiary, from iHeartRadio to Amazon Prime. We're on YouTube, Facebook, and like and subscribe there, as well as we're also, ladies and gentlemen, on the Navajo Nation with 25 different radio stations there, 25 internet and real radio. As we say good morning to our friends on the Navajo Nation out there. Sweetleaf said it's about 42 degrees here where I'm at. Wow. Okay. 39 degrees here in West by God, Virginia, says my good friend Brew House Reviews. It's 38 in Pennsylvania, 42 in Springfield, Missouri. There you go, Missouri. Another, of course, that makes sense. 42, you're close to the South. There you go. You're Southern. By God, you're Southern. Well, it's 38 in Virginia, but 40 now where you're at. Okay. His part of Virginia. 48 here, and another wildfire down the road from Martin in Washington State. 48. Wow, you're warmer than we are. And is that because it's probably, wow. We're going to pray for those wildfires to stay away from Martin and his family, because he is my Ed McMahon, and I got to have him every morning. Want to thank you guys for tuning in. Well, that's WeatherBug app anyway, Ryan. Yep, I used to have the WeatherBug app and they used to do our weather for us back in the day on one of the other stations. I'm going to get them to do it now again. All right, because if the smoke, are there wildfires in California? Good question, Don. Are there wildfires in California? Let me look that up for you. I don't have it right offhand, so I don't know. There's wildfires in Wyoming. That's the one state I haven't got any listeners yet from, or at least they're not acknowledging. All right, let's see. There is, according to this, yes, Southern California wildfire scam nets trio 75 kills. So now that was somebody taking money from it. Smoke is going across, lingering across Sacramento from wildfires in Northern California as we speak. So there you go. Yes, they are. Thank you for asking that, Don. Up there in the Sioux fire burning in a forest land in Northern California, going all the way down to Sacramento. There's fires there. So, wow. Not cooling off quite yet. There you go. He was my Tommy Newsom. There you go. Washington wildfires as well. You're probably getting some of that from there too. We'll definitely keep you in our prayers, all you guys around the wildfires too. That's dangerous. As dangerous our friends with the hurricanes and stuff. You had to evacuate people yesterday, said Martin, with some wildfires there. Wow. We're getting, that's out of, ladies and gentlemen, that's out of Washington State and everything. And some of my listeners on the YouTube are asking those questions. All right, let's see. A couple other headline news before we head into sports here this hour and everything. Just want to go ahead and tell you, man, a LaGrange police officer was charged and arrested at Troup County Jail for taking $70,000 from an elderly statesman. His name, of course, this guy's name, and we'll talk about this coming up in the final period. His name is Lieutenant Joshua Clower, 43 of LaGrange. So he was arrested. 11 people in central Pennsylvania have been hospitalized, including children, after following an investigation of toxic mushrooms in what was considered a mass casualty event. 6 ambulances transported the patients to several different local hospitals. No additional information is coming in for that this morning. We'll keep you abreast of that. Also, smoke lingering across Sacramento from the wildfires in Northern California. And Southern California wildfires is a scam. Scam nets trio of $75K from a fraud insurance claims. Those are some stories coming in this morning. Update on the Jack fire grows to 261 acres across Riverside County, remains about 40% there. Those are stories coming in from California this morning. We'll pray for our friends in California and everything. Good morning, Brandon. How you doing, brother? We appreciate you joining us on the feed. Like, subscribe, and share for sure. Let everybody know. Like, subscribe, and share. If you want to help a brother out, $RyanShelander. That's RyanShelander, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We're going to talk about some sports coming up in just a few. But first, aid, and FEMA. And they're pulling back on that because somebody threatened to actually go and threaten the lives of some of the FEMA workers there. We'll talk about that sometime this morning here in just a few moments. But right now it's time for us to take a break at 15 minutes to the top of the hour. Sports news from SRN coming up for you. Oh, I hear it. It's about 44 degrees in the metro Atlanta area at noon, and 48 in Atlanta, 47 in Auburn, Opelika. Thank you guys for tuning in wherever you're tuning in to as the RyanOradio Penitentiary cruises on. Soap opera this week. Oh, man, can you believe that? That'll be part of our end of our last hour review. Also, Georgie and Mandy debut, the third spinoff of the Big Bang Theory, and the spinoff Young Sheldon. Now another spinoff begins this week. We'll talk about that. And Matlock. If you haven't seen Kathy Bates and Matlock in the first one, then it's not a remake of the original series at all. Just letting you know. All right, back in a moment. Stay with us.
Are 34-13 winners against the Arizona Cardinals. Quarterback Jordan Love with 4 touchdown passes, 2 to wide receiver Romeo Dobbs. The Cardinals kept on 11, but they kept on destroying themselves in penalties. They had 13 for 100 yards, and turnovers. They had 3 fumbles. Packers also dominated.
Oh, Patriot is doing. Hey, Patriot to get his laundry done. He don't want to make the wife mad. Ryan, refill my cup, brother. All right, here you go. There you go. We refilled your cup with a little bit of coffee and more Jameson. There you go, brother. Especially with all them wildfires around you. Wow.
This is SRN Sports. Major League Baseball, Jack Flaherty combined on a 3-hitter, and the LA Dodgers pitcher signed the postseason record of 33 consecutive scoreless innings
What's up, Hyper Modern? How you doing? Hey, mate. How's it? I'm Campbelltown Cowboy. There you go. Well, thank you very much. And we know that Martin should be an inspiration to us all. He should be. He's from our elder generation. Respect those that come before you so that you can be hopefully be respected when they do you. Jameson needs to sponsor the radio station. He needs to sponsor the show. I'm working on that Blue Chew to be a sponsor. We can get Jameson to be a sponsor. That'd be pretty good, big accounts there. I'm going to send it over and say, look, you need to sponsor me because I have a lot of Jameson fans. That's what I'm going to send that out today. Thank you, Pete, for doing that. They can send me a bottle and I can hold the bottle up on the camera for you. But they better send me the one that Martin likes. He'd be like, no, that's not good. I won't even be drinking it. It'd just be sitting here. Blue Chew and Jameson, deadly combination. That'd be a great sponsor for the RyanOradio Penitentiary, though. For all the inmates. Oh, wait. Uh-oh.
Jackson Street, Suite A, here in Newton. It's the last carnival of 2024. The Net Fall Festival presented by Georgie Communications.
And then I need to get that military coffee. You guys know that? What is the name of that military coffee? The coffee that was made by the military people. I've had it a few times. It's probably the best coffee out there. That's what she said, Patriot. I thought.
Ask about our free roof and termite inspections to ensure all areas are covered. Visit homescapeinspector.com or send a text to 770-855-5678. Homescape Inspections, where knowing matters.
Hey, Colonel, Coward Force. Coward Force is Newton's own addiction recovery support center. We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and
Black Rifle, that's it. Road Tide Randall. Black Rifle coffee. I've had that a couple of times. A couple of business owners had it in their business, and they let me taste it. Gave me some of the cold brew. Man. Oh, man. That's who I'm going to write them down right now. I've been trying to think of it for a week. Thank you, Randall, my brother. You know, when you got a million things on your mind, you forget some things. It is good coffee.
Hello, everyone. This is DJ Commando of a 45's Affair radio show where I play all vinyl 45s. You're listening to
He's pretty dangerous, that Elon Musk guy is. That's a good question, Hyper. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I love it. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. Welcome back into RyanOradio Penitentiary. Still to come to the next period, we go inside the Friday Night Lights scoreboard. Richard Holdridge, our sports analyst from the Sports Beat, joins us. We're going to do our picks to hit in the NFL and talk a little bit of Alabama barely beating South Carolina and Georgia looking. And Auburn, we don't have to talk about them this week, thank goodness, because they were off last week, so they didn't lose. We got some, and we're really going to jump into, I say, the game of the week is the Super Bowl championship rematch between the 49ers and the Chiefs this coming up week. That's my game of the week, even though it's going to be one of the four that you're going to pick on Friday. Our poll question this morning and today, in their day, which of these TV shows was the most strange? Twilight Zone's winning at 67% of the votes. Any other at 17%. Alfred Hitchcock 11%, and One Step Beyond 6%. Back in the 50s, man, they had a lot of these shows. And then, of course, they rebooted in the 80s and 90s. But they had a lot of these strange shows and using some of the same actors in all of them as well. I've done seen every Alfred Hitchcock Presents. I done seen every Twilight Zone, old 80s, 90s, whatever. I done seen every one of the, what is the other one? I can't remember the other one. I'm just now getting back seeing the One Step Beyond. They're fun and unique, and they're not scary, and there's twists in the storylines, and I like that. All right, guys. Yes, that's the one I was talking about, Black Rifle Coffee. They said I need to get Jameson as a sponsor. Jameson, if you're tuned in, we need you as a sponsor on this show. All right. Let's jump right back into some of the headline news from around the country and around the world. A suspect has been arrested and charged with threatening FEMA workers over the weekend that forced the agency to pause Hurricane Helene assistance operations in some of North Carolina counties. William Jacob Parsons, 44, North Carolina, was arrested and charged Saturday with going armed to the terror of public. I don't even know what that means. A misdemeanor offense in the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office had a statement on Monday. I don't even know what that means. Are they just making up laws now? Authorities received a report Saturday of a male armed with an so-called assault rifle, and I'm going to say so-called, making comments about possibly harming FEMA employees working at Lake Learn and another area following the Hurricane Helene. Parsons was identified as a suspect by deputies who connected him to a vehicle associated with a man who had made the threats. Authorities say he was armed with a rifle. So there he goes, rifle. So that's why I said allegedly. Yeah, I'm going to use that allegedly. And a handgun when he was arrested. He was transported to the Rutherford County Sheriff's Detention Facility and released on a $10,000 bond. We're going to pray for him. What, Ryan? Yeah, we're going to pray for this man. Because we don't want people to have to feel like they have to do things like this when they're having problems out there. And I know the FEMA's trying to work as hard as they can, and we've even heard from truck driver Terry how hard they work, and it's not going as fast as people want it. And we're just going to pray for this guy. Okay, we're going to pray for this guy. He was released on bond. We're going to pray for this guy. We're going to pray for this Mr. Parsons. Jesus, we're putting him in your hands this morning. We know he felt like he needed to do such a thing when he was feeling uncomfortable. And we know this is what happens with a lot of people. That's going to happen with a lot of things. We're going to pray over all these people that you protect them and protect them even from themselves at times. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. No, when I report news, I'm going to tell it like it is, but I'm not going to badmouth it unless it's just some kind of devious criminal like Kanye West. Kanye got messed over by the Kardashians. Now he's with somebody else new. Now he ran off and supposedly put on a mask over his face, and he's a Nazi. Now he's being called. How you would say? He's being accused by a former employee of sexual assault. God, all these guys. You know what? I haven't heard Brad Pitt ever been accused. Have you guys? No. So if you got to force yourself on a woman, you're not studly. You just can't build it up like my guy, the Patriot there. Thank you for the amen, Anna Marie. There you go. Show them grace. That's what you have to do. You have to show everybody grace because right now people are a little confused and stuff. Thank you, Poopy Pie, for saying that. Good morning to you. Brewhouse said, he's talking about being in Kuwait. Thank you for your service. If you were in the war over there, buddy. If you were in the armed forces, thank you for your service, by the way. P. Diddy's assistant, he assists P. Diddy victims pressing charges. Oh, yeah, too. Yep, he was with them. He was with P. Diddy in the freak off. Oh my goodness. You have to force yourself on people. That's just, we start going back and looking at all the bad people's done, some of the most terrible things, or bad things, I should say. And then you can start seeing these people did worse. And it's like, what? Wow. Kanye's assistant is pressing charges. Yes, she is, because he supposedly sexual assault. Now we'll have to wait till it comes out. This same thing that happened with Garth Brooks and the makeup artist last week. I don't understand why these guys think they have to force themselves on women. You must, I guess when you're a guy and you're used to being hit on by women out there like the Brad Pitts of the world, it doesn't, you don't think like that. But I guess looking at Kanye West and even looking at Garth Brooks, you can tell that they would have to force themselves on somebody. Well, they're all distractions. It's all distractions, but it's really happening. So you think, my question before we go into break, do you think Oprah is going to have something to do with Diddy if he all of a sudden has suicide? He's on suicide watch, and he's not on suicide watch. If all of a sudden he's put on suicide watch, you think Oprah might have had something to do with it? There's a question. Back in a moment. Army and Navy. Thank you, Brewhouse, for your service, brother. 4 years on subs and active duty. Cool. 19 years in New York and Virginia National Guard. Thank you very much. Thank you, Brewhouse, for your service, because without you, I couldn't run my smack. Thank you, brother. Yes, sexual assault charges, Patriot. Yep. Poopy says, I just want everyone with a capability to hold to hold. You just want everybody to. Oh, that's not going to help.
I want this to be a really important evening, and those two people that went down are patriots, and we love
You want them held accountable in justice. Monsters like him only exist with enablers. That's right, Poopy Pie.
Then Trump continued to stand on the stage for about 45 minutes, just swaying to different songs that were played. He didn't offer any more remarks or take any questions.
I caught those blues, right? There you go. Did 23 years, so you can talk your smack. That's right. Thank you, brother. I always think we always have dedications here, no matter what, on my show. Even if we're the last show to dedicate it to you guys on every single military day there is. Definitely so. Thank you for your sacrifice. Captain Hot Buns. I'm not going to do that until we go back on the air.
Also visited in recent days. Will suggest a tight race in Georgia, one of 7 key swing states likely to decide the election. For NPR News, I'm Savory Glass in Atlanta.
The UN Security Council is expressing strong concern about UN peacekeepers based in southern Lebanon. The UN has said Israel has repeatedly fired upon them. Some peacekeepers have been injured.
Smoke blocked out the stars and the moon here. Wow.
Israel has told the UN peacekeepers to move away from their positions, but the UN says
That we'll keep you. We're going to pray for Martin and his friends and his family over there in Washington State this morning, because there's a lot of smoke coming through there. Smoke is in Northern California this morning, and fires in there. So a lot of smoke's probably heading towards his direction. In Jesus' name, amen.
Urges all parties to respect the safety and security of UNIFIL peacekeeping personnel and UN premises. The council also reaffirmed its approval of UNIFIL's role in supporting security in the region, and it expressed deep concern over civilian casualties and the increase in displaced persons in Lebanon during the Israeli campaign against Hezbollah there. For NPR News,
Thank you.
on Wall Street in pre-market trading. stock futures are mixed. Dow futures are up by more than 60 points. You're listening to Neal.
Code NPR for 20% off.
Experience the difference at Southern States Bank. You're not just your members, your partners. Southern States Bank, your community, your bank. SouthernStatesBank.net.
All right, there we go.
Hey, Ronald here from Coward the Force. Coward the Force is Newman's own addiction recovery support center. We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowardtheforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
Wishbone fried chicken.
Yeah, you have a mask you can wear to protect you from that smoke, Martin. And Poopy Pie agreed. I think they also be held accountable.
Fish dinners. Open Monday through Saturday.
Sasquatch aliens. Were they killed off by the lizard people? Yep, they were. According to American Horror Story.
You're walking, shopping, or on your favorite trail. You get that feeling somebody's coming up on you. What do you do to be prepared?
Got to get you a mask to protect you from that smoke, bro.
I'm the founder of Warrior Defenders.
And not one of them little thin masks.
Instructor on specializing in women's self-defense. All women of all ages have the ability to learn how to defend themselves.
That's it right there, Patriot.
With technical drills to build their survival skills, you can be your own hero. Classes and private seminars are available. Learn today to have a safer tomorrow. WarriorDefenders.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Winnie, and I'm a counselor that works here in the Metro Atlanta area.
I don't need no stinking mask. I don't need no stinking mask. Brewhouse Review says, lizard people led by Elvis. Boy, I'll tell you what, you're talking to me there, Brewhouse. Thank you very much. Me and the lizard people going to come get you. I'll tell you what, we got some peanut butter nano sandwiches I'm making for everybody. We're going to come get you. We're going to get you. I'll tell you what. Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, I'm the king. Karate. Elvis came out this morning with his lizard people.
Your search is over. Most Valuable Smiles in downtown Eatonton, Georgia is committed to giving you the biggest and brightest smile. Right now, get a $99 new patient special, including x-rays and exam. Maybe you're looking for veneers. Most Valuable Smiles veneer special includes one free veneer with every 5 purchased. Or get that bright white smile you've always wanted by taking advantage of an exclusive $100 off Zoom whitening treatment when you book today. Most Valuable Smiles in downtown Eatonton.
PB and nanners. PB and nanners. Nanner sandwiches. That's what we call bananas in the South, Martin. You got to remember. Got to get some Southern slang in you, brother. Nanners. Peanut butter nanner sandwich, baby. PB and J. PB and Nana. I'll tell you what. That's what this king calls it. Yeah, wear your shirt over your head like the great Cornholio. I'm the great Cornholio. I need TV for my bunghole. I need TV for my bunghole. Like this. I need TV for my bunghole. Oh, Lord. Here we go. Yes, indeed. Can we have quiet on the set? Thank you. Time to get back on the air. Come on. Because, I came to play. So did you. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. Yes, hello to everybody out there. I want to say a big, very hello. I don't know what you're talking about. 78,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast. Shout it out loud across the RyanOradio media page. Earth, Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, and 99.1 FM WQEE the Key, home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, and much, much more. We appreciate everybody being with us, and we're going to say a big hello, howdy doody to all of you wonderful listeners out there. We're on WZZV 100.3 FM in LaGrange, WVEQ 98.7 FM Sunny, 98.7 in Lynette, WZEV over in Lineville, and WQEE, the home location of the RyanOradio Penitentiary, home of inspirational talk and more. Somebody tagged us, huh? They must have wanted to be popular. They must wanted me to make them famous, Gail. Good morning, Gail. How you doing? I don't know. Sometimes Facebook will let that happen, but then they block me all day long when I tag 10, 20 people to watch this show. But they'll allow the triple X stuff to be on there. Makes money. That's why. Good morning to Gail joining us this morning. Pete said I had a boiled egg mayo sandwich in the morning. Ooh, sounds good. Oh, Lord. Everybody's saying good morning to Gail from the Zoo Crew. Gail is with us. She's one of our OGs. She's one of the original gangsters that's been in the penitentiary for a few years now. She hasn't been released to the public. She looks like she's kind of like Scarface in a way. She don't look like Scarface. She's like Scarface. She's like, you want to meet my little friends? Good morning, Gail. Thank you for being with us this morning. Pamela says she hadn't had a PB and banana sandwich in a long time. And we were talking about this off the air while Elvis was in here. Thank you very much. I'll tell you what, boy. On a peanut butter and banana sandwich. King right here, a little karate. You people with us? How you doing this morning? Wait a minute. You all want to stay by the king says. You want a peanut butter and banana sandwich? Karate. Tell you what, Brewhouse was talking about me earlier. I'm gonna sign an autograph for you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Elvis, for being with us this morning. Ryan Scarface was Cuban. Yeah, well, he was dangerous, and so is Gail, since she's been with us for a long time. I'm just kidding. She's not dangerous. She's just been in the penitentiary for a while. Shane put it in the feed there that we have in my RyanOradio Facebook feed. He puts it in there. Martin says, Ryan, my wife won't release me to the public either. Says she can't take me anywhere with her. I understand. She's like, every time you go somewhere, you're like a kid in a candy shop. You got to go and get Jameson. All right, we're saying hello to some of our listeners this morning. Welcome in. There you go. Welcome in. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, we're getting better and better at this every day. You and I are. In their day, which of these TV shows was the most strange? The Twilight Zone, 64% of the votes. One Step Beyond, 5% of the votes. Alfred Hitchcock Presents, 18% of the votes. Or any other, 14% of the votes. Yes, I got that in my news here. I'll talk about it in just a few moments. It's right in front of me. Diplomats expelled as Canada accuses India of engaging in serious crimes. That's one of the top stories. Chris, you're going to promote Chris's show on my show, Gail? What are you doing that for? I'm just kidding. I'm messing with Gail. She's talking about all the other inmates in here. There you go. All right, we're getting ready for some news that you can use. Let's just drop in a couple of headline news and news that you can read for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, Mobile police say that one person has been critically injured after a shocking Sunday morning shooting, 1:57 a.m. at the 200 block of Dolphin Street in Mobile, Alabama. Oscar Phillips, 29, was one of the persons arrested and transported to the Metro jail there, and they're looking for another one on the run. A couple of headline news you can read for yourself too. Man is sentenced to 12 years after an Auburn teenager dies due to fentanyl poisoning. LaGrange police officer charged and arrested at the Troup County Jail for stealing $70,000 from an elderly man. Legendary radio show host dies at 58. 2 election workers accused of election fraud in Georgia got paid by a website out of Missouri. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. And Appalachian High School students will be back to full force this coming up week since the mass shooting on September 4th that claimed the lives of 2 teachers and 2 students at the high school up in North Georgia. The goal is for them to have safety recommendations for the Board of Education next year as they head back to full-time all day. We're going to continue to bless Appalachian High School up there in North Georgia and the students. In Jesus' name, amen, as they head back. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we just told you about a suspect arrested in a FEMA as they pause Hurricane Helene work in North Carolina over threats. 1 dead, 23 injured, and a train runs into a fallen tree in New Jersey. We told you that story the other day. Diplomats expelled as Canada accuses India of engaging in serious crimes. And U.S. trio wins Nobel Prize in economic science for study of social institutional impacts. Say that 5 times fast. That's some of the headline news for you this morning. All over the country and all over the world. 15 minutes past the hour. We are currently holding at, oh man, it looks like we done gone up to 46, 47 degrees here in Noonan, 48 in Atlanta, and 47 in Auburn, Opelika. Your time and temperature. To your time and temperature. Brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Well, that legendary radio show host out of Atlanta, her name is Wanda Smith. She died at age 58. She was a co-host of Frank and Wanda in the Mornings in the Atlanta market on one of the R&B stations with Frank Sky from 1998 to 2012. Very well loved and respected in Atlanta. Some other news for you. In a Monday afternoon advisory, forecasters at the National Hurricane Center in Miami say that they are watching another low pressure situation out in the islands. Forecasters say that the low pressure system is already producing some rain and thunderstorms. If there is good news on Monday, the announcement is that his dry air continues to be a part of that environment. So any development for a hurricane is unlikely in the next few days. So we'll give you abreast of what's going on with that as well. Many, many moons ago, co-host in the Mornings in Atlanta. She was well respected in the Atlanta market. Let's see what else we got going on. Starting today, you can go ahead and go cast your ballots up to November 1st, early voting in Georgia for the presidential election beginning this week in Georgia. Polly says, while somebody is CIA, aka Pakistan project, because Pakistan was an ally, so stuff happened at the time. U.S. and Five Eyes took that to teach India a lesson after the Russian war. Is that what happened with what happened over there in Canada? Let's see, we're going to pull that up here in just a moment. Before we do that, 2 Georgia election workers we told you about have reached a settlement of a fraud lawsuit from a Missouri-based website that falsely accused the duo of a 2020 election fraud. The lawsuit against the Gateway Putnett, owned by 2 brothers, have resolved their settlement with Ruby Freeman and her mother, Wanda Moss. So there you go. It went up to 39 there in Pennsylvania. Woo, 39 degrees. Woohoo! We're going to get into some football action for you here in just a few moments. We're going to talk NFL and college football and all that good stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Let's see. You're saying that a la so-and-so is a drug dealer and they're top one at crime, and they need a political support to hide their stuff is simply what it is. Okay. Wow. Speaking of this, diplomatic situation involving serious criminal activity by Indian government officials have forced the Royal Canadian Mounted Police to break protocol and speak publicly about the ongoing threats to Canadians' homeland and its South Asian population as well. Also on Monday, the unfolding situation developed between India and Canada is expected their diplomats to walk away from one another. Wow. In an afternoon press conference, the Prime Minister of Canada was critical of India's government, saying more has yet to be publicly revealed. It is not our normal process to publicly disclose information about ongoing investigations in an effort to preserve their integrity. However, we feel it is necessary to do so at this time due to the significant threat to public safety in our country. On Monday, the Canadian government officially said Canada issued a personal non grata note in the morning, having expelled India's High Commissioner to Canada along with other diplomats. Wow. We'll have to see what's going on in this situation. Anybody that lives in Canada, please let me know what's going on. This is a new story I'm getting. I want to get from the horse's mouth. You know, that's what I do. I get it from the horse's mouth, people that are involved on the ground before we get anything else. I do want to know more about this, why this is going on, what personal threats are going on from India to Canada. Wow. There you go. Woo. Good morning to you. Just let us guys know. 21 minutes past the hour, ladies and gentlemen. 11 people in central Pennsylvania have been hospitalized, including children, after ingesting toxic mushrooms. Officials are calling for one of the biggest mass casualty events. 6 ambulances transported the patients to different local hospitals. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on with that situation, ladies and gentlemen. Pete, you okay eating a lonely egg? What you said, 1 boiled egg this morning? 1 boiled egg's good for you. Keeps you exercising. You got to look as good. Hey, Patriot's getting everybody in there wanting to exercise as he's getting back to his muscles, getting back exercising. The Patriot. Oh, by the way, good morning, Captain Hot Buns. My voice is starting to go out on me. Sorry. Trying to do my best Justin Roberts impersonation. He is the ring announcer, former ring announcer for WWE and currently for AEW. So there you go. Still to come on this Twisted Tuesday, our good friend, sports analyst Richard Holdridge from the Sports Beat. We'll find out what Georgia Alabama Sports Live is doing this week. Plus, we'll do our picks to hit in the NFL and talk a little college football. The Twins have, sorry to hear they got strep. Wow. We'll pray for them. Well, hope you don't get brought to me. Stay in your head voice, not your chest voice, Ryan. We'll save your voice. There you go. Head voice. Good morning, Teresa. There you go. The Twins we'll pray over the Twins having strep this morning. We'll pray for them to get feeling better. They are little ones, and we pray for the Twins, 3 years old. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, Terror Twins, get better. They are at the doctor as we speak. Good. Andrew Polanis, a.k.a. my wife there, Teresa. One and the same. Use your Vin Diesel voice. I can use my Carl voice. How you reckon you're going to be talking like this in the next couple of days? Hopefully I don't get anything with this cold weather being it is out there. Don't need it. Not in my business. In their day, which of these TV shows was the most strange? Yep. Twilight Zone, 58%. Alfred Hitchcock, 21%. Any other, 17%. And One Step Beyond, 4% of the votes. All these shows were similar in strange and unusual situations. They always ended. Amen. Hope the twins feel better. Thank you, Gail. Those are the Terror Twins. They got to get back to terrorizing everybody. Oh, Lord. All right, what else we got going on? 24 minutes past the hour, ladies and gentlemen. Just to let you guys know, drink some water. Yep, I've got that here too. Got some water and everything. Ryan does not drink alcohol. That is true. 43 degrees now. Yep, 43 degrees now. It's pretty warm out there now, Pete. All right, just to let you guys know, the 2024 Blackwell Prize in Painting winner is that Charlie Palmer has his exhibits up through the 25th of this month, Tuesdays through Fridays, 2 to 6 p.m. at the Vault Gallery at the Wadsworth Auditorium here in Noonan. He is an Atlanta-based artist known for his saying as art should change the temperature in the room. And for 30 years, he's been changing the temperature in the room. A Blackwell Prize winner is the awarded annually for the high achievement in paintings. Winners are residents in Noonan for at least 2 weeks and deliver artist talks, workshops, and exhibits for their surrounding communities. Congratulations to him. All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. But it's still cold. You're not in this building. I'm not in that building. Well, I'm in this building. Brewhouse says, all right, inmates, I got to go to bed. Thank you for staying up with us there, Brewhouse. And thank you for what you're doing, brother. All right, we're going to take another break. Back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you dare move away from that radio dial. Got a little bit of news for you, a little bit of weather. And we're going to head into the sports news right after this. And we got news for you from NPR, and Richard Holdridge joins us after the break. Stay with us. Our SRN news coming up in the every 30 minutes news for you on the RyanOradio Penitentiary. Radio news time at 26 minutes past the hour is 44 degrees where I'm at, 43 over in Pete's warehouse, and 48 in Atlanta, 47 in Auburn, Opelika. Yeah, time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodents, critters, gooey things at all. Michael the Crew can exterminate and lay the smackdown for you. She's not mad.
East Alabama Western weather forecast brought to you by Active Pest Control, 34 Jensen Street in Noonan. Today's going to be a few clouds from time to time, otherwise mostly sunny. Cooler with a high near 69. Winds north-northwest 5 to 10 miles per hour. A few clouds from time to time this evening, low near 40. Winds north-northwest 5 to 10 miles per hour. Heading into your Wednesday, a mainly sunny sky, high near 63. North winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies and cold on Wednesday night, low near 37. Light and variable winds. Thursday is going to be mainly sunny, high near 66. East-northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Stay on that cooler weather.
10 degrees colder in the building than outside. It is.
Clear skies, winds light and variable. Friday sunny with a high near 69 and low near 48.
Let's see what we got here on our weather forecast.
34 Jensen Street in Noonan. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, and gooey things at all. Mike and the Crew can exterminate. Let us smackdown.
Looking for the right bank to be your partner? Experience the difference at Southern States Bank. Southern States Bank, we're not your partners. Our team is deep.
Let's see here.
We take pride in providing personalized service. Come to Southern States
48 degrees is what it's saying now.
Check us out at
Good morning.
what's up?
What's up, brother? How's it going?
Good.
Good. Well, who won the game last night? NFL.
Bill.
The Bills? All right, let's see. We both picked them, so 10, 11.
I think I picked the Cowboys. I should have known.
No, it was the Bills and the Jets last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, you picked the Bills.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Yeah, you did pick the Cowboys. We both total for NFL. I think I got a 10. You got 11 right in the NFL. I got 1 right in the CFL, and I think you got none right in the CFL.
I didn't get anyone right.
No, not this time.
I don't know the CFL.
I only know a little bit about it because I pay attention to Rod Peterson.
It's a flip of a coin, and I pretty much I took a true false test, and I got all wrong. So,
Well, it's all good, but yeah, I like this. So, yeah, what we're gonna do is we'll get into those picks to hit this week, and we're gonna talk about Alabama barely beating South Carolina and Georgia, how they're looking, and all that good stuff. And at the end, we'll dive deeper because I got to start doing. I'm doing some things to where we're adding. We're actually adding a clock program for the show, which is not going to affect you whatsoever, but because you call in at 30 minutes past the hour, so it's going to affect some of my other guests, but not you. So. But yeah, we're doing that. We're doing a lot of different news and stuff like that. So in the middle of some of these interviews, I'm gonna have to go to breaks and stuff like that. So that way we can get the news out of the way or the sports out of the way. But since my sports is you're doing sports and I'm doing sports during this time, it's gonna be good. This is when I usually do sports about 15 till now. I have stuff that I do. Yeah, we're just trying to incorporate a new way of doing news and sports, and every 30 minutes or something here. Because and then local news at 15 after, which is pre-recorded too. So my the guy that owns the station is wanting to incorporate all this in the mornings, which is good. It's all good. And then he's like, and then you still can have your guest on and everything. So which is less work for me, really. It's less work for me. Adding all this stuff is less work for me. Less planning things out. Good morning, truck driver Terry. How you doing this morning, brother?
Also in the the devastation of hurricanes Helene and Milton is still being tallied. President Brooke Carstensen, whose home was flooded by Milton, says the community has really come together.
We all have our hurricane or our bug out kits or our hunker down kits, and everyone has like the chainsaw or the drone or this or that. But really, the most
You busy, brother? That's awesome. Staying busy. Thank you for your service on the road, brother.
all the difference for both the hurricane rescue and the recovery, and now hopefully the restoration.
And SRNews.com.
This is Ian White of the Columbus River.
All right, we're coming on.
99
Woohoo! Friday nights is a great night for football. That's what it's saying in the theme song. But also Saturday nights, Sunday nights, Monday nights, Thursday nights, and Twisted Tuesday mornings. And yes, it's that time once again to head inside the Friday Night Light Scoreboard, lit up bright right here at 99.1 FM WQEE and the RyanOradio, Penitentiary, and all over our feeds and other radio stations included. Please welcome our sports analyst. He's the host of the Sports Beat weekdays from 2 to 3 p.m., sponsored by Georgia Alabama Sports Live. He brings you all the high school action because he's not only going to tell you what's going on, he's there live for it. High school football, baseball, basketball, volleyball, and more. He's been all over Columbus doing professional baseball, football, and soccer. Please welcome the one, the only, a soldier, a father, a husband, and the man that knows everything there is about sports, in my opinion, the one, the only, Richard Holdridge. Good morning, Richard.
Hey, Ryan, good morning. I'm glad that I'm able to be on the airwaves this morning to your audience that's stuck in traffic. On I-185, bad accident. I know you get traffic updates, but I just wanted to inform your listeners. Bad accident on I-185. I'm actually heading towards Atlanta. I'm stuck in traffic, but hopefully all these cars are in traffic with me are listening to 99.1.
They definitely are. They're listening, so you're helping them out there, being our traffic reporter. And if we could do like Les Nessman back on the WKRP and just start doing our chest like you're in a helicopter, that'll work out too. There you go. Well, we got to get into it. We got our picks to hit coming up. We're going to choose them this week, ladies and gentlemen. I think I got 10 in the NFL and 1 in the CFL, which total 11 this week. Richard got 10. I got 11 in the NFL and none in the CFL this week. And, of course, we're going to really preview the Super Bowl rematch here in just a few moments. That's going to be one that we're going to talk about in the picks to hit. But first, let's talk a little college football action. Alabama barely beating the Gamecocks 27-25. What do you think about that game? What was your thoughts on it?
Well, that South Carolina could have easily won this game. They go for the onside kick, recover it, and Alabama survived at home against the South Carolina team that is average.
Right.
Get used to this, Alabama fans. Alabama, this is what I said on my show. Alabama is a 9-10-win team that's going to compete for the college football playoff every year, but they will not be what Alabama was in the early 2010s with Nick Saban.
Ooh.
They will never be. They're not going to be that anymore.
Wow.
Too much balance of power with all these college football teams. They're not going to get every single all-pro player that's going to go to the NFL. So what they used to do back then when Nick Saban built his dynasty, they would hit on just about every single position at Alabama, and they would get all the good players. Well, that's not happening anymore. Heck, is getting some of those good players.
Wow.
Texas A&M getting some of those good players.
Vandy.
Georgia with Coach Smart. You have Michigan, Ohio State. They're all getting good players too.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about Vandy, too. Vandy did well. They did it well again this weekend. So a lot of these top players are going there. Like you said, it's not the Alabama of old. It's not the Bama of old. And barely getting by South Carolina, who's I'm not going to say a mediocre team, but not up to par where they need to be. Just barely beating them by 2 points. And then losing to Vandy the week before. I think Alabama's going to have a hard time in the next couple of weeks with some of the other teams. I'm hoping that Auburn gives them a run for their money this year. But, hey, Auburn didn't play last weekend, so we didn't lose. But I don't want to talk about Auburn. Let's talk about Georgia and their win. What do you think about them so far on this season?
Well, they need to fix that defense. Because,
yep. There you go.
I don't know if that defense is going to be able to stop Texas.
Nope.
I like what Carson Beck did, throwing for 450 yards. But because he had to, because they chose not to run the football.
Right.
Well, that's not going to work. That's not going to work anymore. So I don't think that's going to work for Georgia.
Nope, it's not. And they're going to have to fix a lot of things on defense and offense and everything. just going into that game with Texas, because Texas and Oklahoma was a heck of a game. And I'm just looking at that game as Texas totally took out, I guess you would say, Oklahoma 34-3, their competition, their rival. And it's the first time both of these teams have met in the SEC this year as SEC teams. Texas is going to be hard for anybody to get by. They're looking good. Your thoughts on them?
The way that Texas just destroyed Oklahoma, Texas right now is the number one team in college football, but today they haven't played anybody. They played a Michigan team that's kind of rebuilding. They kind of struggled with Mississippi State in that first half.
Right.
But I've been told that Texas is the most complete team in college football.
Right.
But Georgia has just as good of a player as Texas. I would not be shocked if Georgia went into Austin and won, but there's a reason why Texas is a 4-point favorite, because Texas is supposed to be a better team.
They are. They're supposed to be. Well, I tell you, here's a little team that everybody is kind of not really paying attention to unless you are a graduate of this college. Georgia Tech looked good over North Carolina over the weekend.
I'm kind of shocked that Georgia Tech is not ranked. They are 5-2.
Yep.
And they
What a
played
year.
The Mercedes-Benz Stadium this Saturday, and this is my first upset alert. Ding, 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 ding.
Uh-oh.
Georgia Tech is going to beat Notre Dame.
Whoa, there you go. Going to be Notre Dame. Woo. Those Fighting Irish won't be fighting too hard. They'll be fighting real hard for the survival of their team against the Yellow Jackets stinging them. I get it. There we go. Sounds good. I think the Yellow Jackets are doing great this year. We followed them a number of times here at the station, and to be honest with you, I'm very proud of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets this season, Richard. So I'm pretty excited about that. Any other takeaways from this past weekend in the NCAA college football?
Yeah, that Oregon-Ohio State game.
Oh, yeah.
Will Howard is getting trashed by Ohio State football fans because he slid too late and the time expired. I do think that these two teams are probably going to meet again in the Big Ten championship.
Right.
I would not underestimate Penn State. They went up to number 3.
I saw that.
I mean, look at the Big Ten, and you got Oregon, Ohio State, and Penn State all in the top 5. That's incredible.
Yep. Wow.
But I do think the college football playoff. I think that once you have 3 losses, I think it's because of the way the teams are playing. I just don't think you'll get in the college football playoff. I think that an SEC or a Big Ten team with 2 losses will get in.
I agree with you. We still got a lot of football to go before the championship. We still got a lot of college football to go, guys. And we'll just keep up with this every week and everything. And Alabama fans, I know you're out there and you're like wanting it to be the Nick Saban era, but this is a new era and a new day and time and all of that. So, hey, we'll keep you updated what's going on. Let's go to the NFL right quick, and we're going to do our picks to hit. But before we do our picks to hit, and we will end up going down and picking this one because I think it's a Sunday night game, but I want to talk about a Super Bowl rematch coming up this weekend, the Chiefs and the 49ers. I know you got something to say about that.
Yeah, I can't believe the 49ers are a slight favorite, but you never have Patrick Mahomes as an underdog.
Nope.
Andy Reid, you know what Andy Reid's record is coming off the bye?
What is it?
21-3.
Woo!
Look, the Chiefs, although, Rashid Rice is out, the Chiefs culture, it kind of reminds me of, the Patriots dynasty. It reminds me of the Miami Heat culture, San Antonio Spurs. It doesn't matter who the wide receiver is. As long as you have Patrick Mahomes, you can throw any wide receiver in there and he'll end up being a star. That's just what Patrick Mahomes does. Now, I know that this is going to be a nationally televised game. The 49ers are banged up.
Yep.
Christian McCaffrey's not going to play. The 49ers are playing at home. Ravens 49ers in the regular season at Levi Stadium, the Chiefs scored 44 points on the 49ers defense. And that was a much better defense
Yep.
than last time. The 49ers defense is hobbled. Greg Greenlaw is out. Javon Hargrave is out. Talanoa Hufanga is out.
Yep.
I think that the 49ers are going to take a step back.
Okay.
The Super Bowl window is slowly closing. I think that teams like Detroit and Green Bay and even Atlanta
Whoa, yes.
might be the cream of the crop in the NFC.
Well, I agree with you on that. And, of course, I'm going to go with the Chiefs in that game, too. I hate to. I've been pulling for your 49ers because I was all for them when they went to the Super Bowl and all this kind of stuff. But you always can bank on Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and the crew coming out and showing up and showing off as they always do. So I'm going to pull the Chiefs on that one as well. And speaking of that, let's go ahead and get into our picks to hit this week, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to start off with the Broncos and the Saints. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a Thursday night game. Sean Payton played his former team. And I think, the Saints probably going to start Spencer Rattler again. They got whacked by Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
There's something wrong with that defense. I think the Broncos win.
I agree with you. I'm going Broncos on this game as well. All right, it's the Patriots and the Jaguars. Early game.
Bad team.
Yeah, I know, right?
Here's the thing. The Patriots don't have a coach they want to fire. I
Right.
think the Jaguars, I think that they stopped playing for their coach after getting humiliated by the Bears.
Yep.
I think the Patriots end up winning just because the Jaguars are terrible.
You say Patriots. I'm going to go with Jags just to be opposite on that one because I can't decide between the two teams which is worse. All right, of course, I know which one I'm pulling in this one. Sorry to you in Washington State there, Martin, but Seahawks take on the Falcons this week.
Oh, the Falcons are going to win.
No doubt about it. The Falcons are going to win on that one. Looking good for a season. You already talked about how they're looking. All right, the Bengals taking on the Browns. Yeah.
Oh, the Bengals are hitting their stride.
Yes, they are. I'm going to have to agree with you on the Bengals on that one. All right. Titans not looking good this season either. Titans take on the Bills this week.
Yeah, this is a complete mismatch.
Yes, it is.
See the Bills.
The Bills. I've got them. I agree with you. The Bills are going to take that. All right. The Eagles and the Giants. Okay. Interesting.
A very interesting matchup. I'm not impressed with the Eagles. I don't like that Nick Sirianni's yelling at the fans. I mean, they almost lost to the Browns.
Right.
And if Malik Neighbors plays, I think the Giants win.
Okay.
But I actually going to take the Eagles because I said at the beginning of the season that with the addition of Saquon Barkley, the Eagles would have the most explosive offense in the NFL.
All right. I agree with you on the Eagles, but I think
that's still going to be the case.
I agree with you on the Eagles, but I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to take the Giants just to be opposite on that one because we can't match every time, Richard.
Well, if the Giants win, Nick Sirianni gets fired.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's playing his job every single game.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of fired, we'll get to that in a few minutes. Who needs to be fired in that camp? But we'll get that in a few minutes. But yeah, I'm going to go with Giant Texans and Packers this weekend. Oh wow!
What a game! That's in Lambeau, right?
Yep. Yes, it is.
I think the Packers win because
Me too.
It's starting to look good.
I agree with you. The Packers are looking good. The cheeseheads out there are going to be happy this weekend. The Dolphins and the Colts. The Dolphins haven't been the Dolphins.
I think the Colts win if Joe Flacco's playing. He's the ageless wonder.
Right.
Winning games for the Colts. We're now 3-3. Who would have thought?
Who'd have thunk it? Yes. Well, I tell you what, I'll pick the Colts this week as well. Here's another interesting matchup. I kind of like this one. Detroit, the Lions taking on the Vikings. Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, Detroit losing Aiden Hutchinson that's a terrible loss. That's heartbreaking loss. He was their best defensive player. I think the Vikings coming off the bye end up making a statement that they win.
All right, I'm gonna stick with the Lions because they've been doing me pretty good this season. You know, they've had a few ups and downs. Next game, well, I know another mismatch: Raiders and Rams.
Wow, Rams quarterback.
That's what I'm saying.
The Rams still have Sean McVay. They still have Matthew Stafford, even though he doesn't have any receivers to throw the ball to. I think the Rams win.
I'm with the Rams as well. Another one that I think is going to come out on top after the Panthers losing to the Falcons last week. It's got Panthers taking on the Commanders. I already know who I'm picking.
Oh, the Commanders.
Yes, indeed.
The Commanders will win that one.
Ain't no sense of trying to talk that one. And the Jets take on the Steelers next Monday. The Jets and the Steelers.
Wow. I got the Steelers.
I agree with you on the Steelers there. So there you go. All right. Now here's the burning question. Who needs to be fired in the Dallas Cowboys camp? What's going on there? What a year they've not had. They're not America's team anymore. So.
I don't think anybody needs to be fired just yet. I don't think Mike McCarthy is. Jerry Jones is not going to fire Mike McCarthy this season.
Right.
But I don't think Mike McCarthy is. I don't think his contract is renewed. I think when his contract is up, Jerry Jones is going to go in a different direction. Jerry Jones is probably the most loyal owner in sports. He let Jason Garrett have a job for like 8 years.
Yep. Yeah, people are calling. They're saying who needs to be fired, who this. Prescott won't be leaving. There's just so much going on. This is not the Dallas Cowboys that we know of. We can go back to 70s, 80s, and we can go back and see footage of some of the most dominating Dallas Cowboy teams ever, Richard. And this year it seems like the Cowboys, just like one of my listeners say, Dallas is as bad as the Titans. Wow. And that's from a Titans fan, Gail out of Tennessee. Ooh. All right, let's go to the – go ahead.
No, there you go. I'm great with you.
All right, we're going to get ready to take a break here, guys, and close out before I'm going to ask Richard what's coming up this week at Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. But let's do this right quick in the CFL. Pick Stampeders, Tiger Cats.
Stampeders.
All right, I do the Tiger Cats. Red Blacks, Argos.
Argos.
Me too, Argos. And finally, Montreal and BC Lions.
Montreal.
I'm going to go Montreal as well. All right, there you go. What's coming up this week at Georgia-Alabama Sports Live, my brother?
Well, we got the volleyball championship on GIAA.tv at the Heritage School up in Newton. Pichelli and Brookstone both in the Final Four. The championship game will be at 4:30 on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. We have kind of a light schedule because softball and volleyball are in the playoffs. We've got some coaching shows. We've got Sumter County and Carver this Thursday. I'll be on the call for Spencer Shaw as we got another quadruple header on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live this Friday. And then this week, I do have one guest. I'm planning on having Dave Platt on as we talk about the Chattahoochee Valley Sports Hall of Fame 2025 class. And then some of these local sporting events. So I'm just going to recap. OFY schedule is out. We've got college basketball around the corner. And then just going to recap everything that happened in week 9 and as I previously said, high school football.
Sounds good. That's all coming up this week, guys, on the Sports Beats presented by Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. And follow them on their YouTube channel as they're bringing you all the high school football and volleyball action that's all around the Chattahoochee Valley and surrounding areas. Guys, back here in a moment. All right, brother. That's good as always.
Yeah. Let's get through this traffic.
Fun time for you and going through Atlanta traffic.
man.
All right, brother. I'll let you go so you can get through that Atlanta traffic, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Talk to you next week.
All right. Bye.
They kept on destroying themselves with penalties. They have 13 for 100 yards and turnovers. They have 3 fumbles. The Packers also dominated the running game, 179 yards to just 89 for the Cardinals.
Good morning, Cher. How you doing? Great job, guys. Yeah, Richard. There you go. A lot of people are on, but it's only showing one. We got movie reviews and soap opera reviews coming up next hour. She thinks she's a dog. Who thinks they're? What? I'm getting in the middle of a conversation that I didn't even see.
This is SRN Sports. Major Leagues.
My cat, Ryan. Oh, your cat. Okay. All right. I was confused. I got a little behind. Your cat thinks she's a dog. Okay, that makes sense. We do live in that day and time, though, where you can say you want to be whatever you want to be, I guess. I'm a multi-millionaire. She has her own playlist, Lion Mountain, Minuteman Mountain Volley. Check it out. We're talking about cats. Talking about his cats.
Join us, hey sports fans. It's Rod Peterson here, host of the Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's
Identify as an attack chipmunk. And you identify as an attack chipmunk? Go ahead, Terry C. I identify as a multimillionaire. I'm a trillionaire. I identify as a trillionaire. That means if you identify as an attack chipmunk, Terry C., you're going to have to stay outside.
You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, Noonan, Georgia.
Welcome back into RyanOradio Penitentiary. Stay tuned. Coming up, Shane B joins us at the top of the hour. And then we've got some headline news for you. At the bottom of the hour, we'll have SRN News. At the bottom of the next hour, top of the hour, NPR News for you. Ladies and gentlemen, a couple other news stories. Early voting underway in Georgia for the 2024 historic election. Every election is supposed to be historic. I always say that. At least one killed in a head-on crash in South Cobb Drive in Cobb County. Atlanta traffic is backed up. You heard from Richard Holdridge right there as he's heading to Atlanta. Ladies and gentlemen. Also, a pedestrian hit by a car killed in southwest Atlanta. That's a couple of headline news. And a fatal stabbing in Buckhead is under investigation. One person is detained. Check out that. Atlanta police say they are investigating a deadly stabbing that happened near one of the busiest shopping districts in Buckhead on Monday evening. These stories and more. Hey, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We'll talk more soap opera news for you and what's hot and what's not. A new number one movie with a new clown at the top. And Georgie and Mandy cast find humor in real life challenges as the third spinoff, the second spinoff from Big Bang Theory. This is coming up Thursday. It's called Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. Follows young Shelton's older brother, Georgie, as he heads off with his wife, Mandy, in the new adventures of Georgie and Mandy. First Marriage. Hey, brother from Japan. Sorry it's been so long. No problem. Good morning to Fred. Fred joining us from Japan on the feed this morning. There you go. Appreciate you guys and everything. It's 48 degrees now is what it's saying. Must be colder than that where Pete's at, but it's 48 degrees inside. It's colder. 48 degrees in Atlanta market. Now 49 up in Atlanta and 47 over in Auburn, Opelika. Time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. All right, just to let you guys know, since it's cool on the outside, Netflix is teasing a new upcoming Christmas movie called Our Little Secret. It stars Lindsay Lohan, Christine Clenworth, and Ian Harding. And Our Little Secret is kind of a, Hallmark type of movie that's going to Netflix. And speaking of Lindsay Lohan, she's teaming back up with Jamie Lee Curtis, her on-screen mother, for Freaking Friday, a new Freaky Friday movie coming out. The sequel to the August 8th, 2020. It's going to be out. Sequel will be premiering August 8th, 2025 next year, I should say, in August. Get that 5 times fast, Ryan. More Freaky Friday? Oh, we'll see. Stay tuned. More on the way as the RyanOradio Penitentiary Cruise is on.
WQEE 99.1 FM noon and WZZV 100.1.
Back from the beef fast. Back from breakfast. The beef rest. Back from breakfast. Good morning, BK on the air. How you doing, brother?
This message comes from NPR sponsor Rosetta Stone, an expert in language learning for 30 years. Right now, NPR listeners can get Rosetta Stone's lifetime membership to 25.
Tesla, how you doing this morning? Hello, good morning. I had to come back and support your live as always. Much love from Dallas, Texas. Good morning to you. Twilight Zone. I know you're picking that one, BK. There's another one that I didn't put in there because you got One Step Beyond, Twilight Zone, Alfred Hitchcock Presents. What was the other one, BK? I can't remember right now. It was like that. Good morning. Hello? Hey, what's up, brother? I hear you. All right. Kind of watch your clock about 15 after. I'm going to take a break because I got to play some news and stuff. We're starting to get some sponsors on some stuff here. So since the show is going on all the stations, about 15 after, I'm going to take a break and then we'll come back and keep talking and take another break, all that kind of stuff. We're going to start putting breaks in here just to let you know. You there, Shane?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just letting you know because we got a lot of stuff going on. So as we head into November with this expansion that I'm doing, there's a lot of stuff that's being added on my show in the mornings. I guess they're trying to make it a little bit more professional. I don't know why I want to be more professional. I'm just kidding. Oh, Share Bear, good morning to you guys. I can talk to everybody behind the scenes big time. Good morning, everybody. Outer Limits, that's it. That's the one I want to put down there and tell other guys was Outer Limits. Sorry. There you go. My poll question this morning, in their day, which of these TV shows was the most strange? Twilight Zone, One Step Beyond, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, and I wanted to put the Outer Limits in there. So, which one, Shane? Was the most strange? We're going to go back to the black and white days on all of them. Alfred Hitchcock. Well, they all use some of the same actors, but I'm just now rewatching One Step Beyond because I watched every Twilight Zone, even the movie, old to new Twilight Zone, or old to the 80s and 90s Twilight Zones to the movie. I watched all the Alfred Hitchcock Presents and Alfred Hitchcock. Outer Limits, I've watched them. So now I'm on One Step Beyond. That became my poll question this morning because I was watching all this stuff. Alfred Hitchcock says, Share Bear. There you go. Miss you, brother, miss you, brother, for real. Thank you, Fred. I appreciate that. Tales from the Crypt also, yes. Well, it wasn't black and white. I go back to the original black and white ones. But that is a good one, Patriot. Tales from the Crypt. Creep Show is another one I get. Creepy Show or Creep Show, whatever it's called. Need a link to Shane, thanks, so people can find him easy. Sure, we'll get that for you, Gail. Shane, I saw you in a group of people over the weekend with Chance.
Oh yeah.
I said hello. I said hello to Chance in there, and he said hello back to me. But I don't know if everybody heard because everybody was kind of talking. I knew you did. I heard you. I heard you and Chance do it, but it was. I was like, wait, what? I was like, I guess you guys are just having fun. Some of your panelists in there wouldn't wait till some of y'all got finished.
Yeah, some of you.
Oh, Chance though, it was good. I liked it though. I watched them and everything. Watched, and of course you always had your opinions and everything, which is cool. You kind of kept it on the movies and the shows, but you were kind of keeping it on there. And then when you said, oh, yeah, tomorrow's a football game, you did the bet and you went on about your business. And one woman said, I don't know anything you're talking about. I was like, that's funny. She's like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Oh, man. But it was good. I watched it. You guys were funny. It's Dracula. What's Dracula? You're a classic star. Just keep doing what you do, says Fred. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, Fred. Right, let's see. Let me get this out of the way. It's out of the way so we can come on a little early. Is out of the way, get a few commercials in, come on, do what we got to do. And all right. Night of the Living Dead, the original movie picture. Ah, there you go. 50-foot woman and so on. So you guys talking some old movies. What AMC, what Turner Classics will play this holiday season for Halloween. Because AMC is going to play all the Halloweens and Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. Halloween's around the corner. Haunted Hills Farms. All right, we're getting ready to go on. Young Frankenstein. Oh, yes. Welcome back in, guys. It's the final period to play on this Twisted Tuesday. 78,000 plus of you worldwide on that Shoutcast, Shout It Out Loud. Across the RyanOradio media page, 23 different streaming platforms. We're across Earth Rock Radio, Real Radio, and Internet Radio on the Navajo Nation, New Mexico, Arizona. We're across the British Columbia, Isles of Canada, and finally, 99.1 FM, WQEE the Key in Noonan and Metro Atlanta, also WZEV in Lineville, Alabama, 90.5 FM, WZZV Victory 100.3 FM in LaGrange, and WVEQ in Lynette, Alabama, sunny 98.7. All right, guys, it's that time once again on a Tuesday. Let's welcome in our guest. He is our movie reviewer. He is, if it's a movie and it's good, he's our Cisco, he's our Ebert. He gives it 2 thumbs up. If it's not so good, turns into Stone Cold Shane B. Please welcome my brother, man, Shane B. Good morning, Shane.
Good morning.
Hope you're doing good this morning, my brother, on this Twisted Tuesday. Oh, man. I got to ask you the poll question right quick before we get into, we'll get into right quick. We'll do a little bit of movie news with you before we head to another break. But first, here's the poll question. In their day and time, which of these TV shows was the most strange? Twilight Zone, now 65% of the votes. One Step Beyond, 6% of the votes. Alfred Hitchcock Presents, 16% of the votes. And any other, which I include Outer Limits, 13% of the votes. Your thought on that poll question, who do you pick?
Maybe Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Tell us why.
Unique about that show and just, the crazy mind of Alfred Hitchcock himself. He knows how to make things that just make you think.
Exactly.
But, Twilight Zone is also a good one.
I love it. I loved it. And then I loved the Twilight Zone movie back in the day. I think it was 80s or 90s or something like that. He had Dan Aykroyd in it at the beginning. And it was just, there's just something about it. And I've watched every one of them. So now I'm on the list of watching One Step Beyond, which it's a minor version of all those, but it's still pretty cool, for what it is. I think back in the 50s, they had a lot of these types of shows. So. Before we get into the new number one and talk about that after the first break, any celebrity news, deaths, or anything like that you can tell us about this morning, Shane?
One I did hear about, I forgot to write down everything, more of a local celebrity we have here in Atlanta.
Yes.
Wanda Smith.
Thank you.
She passed away a couple days ago. Didn't see the cause of death yet.
No.
But she was a big radio personality for
Big.
However.
Yeah. 1998 to 2012. She was on radio. Yep.
Pretty much grew up listening to her.
I know. Everybody knew of her. Yeah. And Fred and Wanda in the Mornings. She was there from 1998 to 2012. And that was kind of a blow to radio as well. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Good morning, Cher Bear. How you doing? So there you go. But yeah, we got a couple of minutes before we head into our first break here, ladies and gentlemen, of the hour. But is there anything else, Shane, that we've heard about as far as celebrity news, anything going on? I know this is the week of debuts on CBS. We've got the Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage, which is a spinoff from Young Shelton, which is a spinoff from Big Bang Theory, beginning this week. We got the Matlock, which is not what you think it is if you haven't seen the first one. It's not a remake of the original series. So all that's coming out this week.
Oh, yeah. I've been seeing the ads for this Matlock, and I just don't know why they would dare do this. me. I don't know why. I just always enjoyed Matlock.
And his hot dogs.
It's like why that. Another fun example if I would be just completely out of ideas.
Well, you got to watch the first episode, Shane, if you haven't. Let me just give you a little clue. Her real name is not Matlock. She did take that from the TV series because a member of her family watched that show growing up. And she's kind of, let's just say she's kind of spying on the people she's going to work for. So she's really not Matlock. It's really not even because she comes in and says, yeah, like the old TV series, like a lot of people didn't know, because some people didn't know the old TV series they did. And yeah, she's a real lawyer, but her name is not Matlock. So that I was the same way you was when I was first say, let's watch this. I was like, no, they're going to mess up Matlock. And then at the end, I was like, I like this. I like the twist. It was like Alfred Hitchcock wrote it.
No, it's a cheap marketing ploy, you know?
Yep.
It called this show its own thing. So you
Yep.
gotta use that name recognition to get people to tune in. And I don't know, maybe we'll watch the first episode. I don't know.
I'm just saying, check it out before you, and ignore the name and find it out. And then you go, oh, but Kathy Bates is good in it. Now, as far as some of these other actors are well known and stuff, I don't think that they're all fit their parts as well. But Kathy Bates, I got to say, she did a good job in it. Now, I hear she's retiring and everything too, but that's, one step beyond there. When we come back, guys, we're going to take a break and we're going to talk about the new #1 movie in the box office over the weekend. Another clown has took over the #1 spot. And we'll find out what Shane has to say about the top 10 movies and what else is what's hot and what's not after this short break on the RyanOradio Penitentiary.
Good morning to you. It's 15 minutes past the hour. Radio News Time. I'm RyanOradio.
All right, let's see. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. So we can come back pretty soon. I got that. Get rid of this. That's going to come back there. Get rid of that. There we go. Let's see here. Got that. We don't need that. We already got that. So I don't need that. All right. All right. Black and Gray. What's Black and Gray? Oh, Chevere says she was great in American Horror Story. You're talking about Kathy Bates? Yes. Oh, no. Did you hear about Bruce Willis? Shane?
What's going on with him now?
Demi Moore says that he's stable on his dementia journey. He was diagnosed in 2023. Oh, no. Oh, wow. That's scary.
I knew he was dealing with
Yeah.
updates.
Jackson Street, Suite A, here in Newton.
Are you looking for a dog trainer with positive
Yep.
reinforcement?
She says, I've said this before, the disease is what the disease is, Moore said. And I think you have to be in real deep acceptance of what it is. And that's where he's at. He's stable. Oh my goodness. That's sad right there.
Check out Pals Facebook for more information. Rosemary wants to remind you to adopt
Wow.
a child. Save a life at Helene Shelter.
Because his Christmas movie comes on every year. So. Wow. And we're coming back. Welcome back into RyanOradio Penitentiary, 20 minutes past the hour. And currently, I think we're on about 48, 49 degrees time and temperature and beautiful sunny skies. Brought to you by Active Pest Control once again. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. We have Shane B with us this morning. We're talking movie reviews and more. And we're going to get into this in just a few moments. We're going to head into the top 10 movies. But I was just reading some sad news here that Bruce Willis is in stable condition for dementia journey. I didn't know he was diagnosed, but he was in 2023, Shane.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that when it happened. That's sad news. Great actor.
Wonderful actor.
Great movies underneath his belt.
Mm-hmm. And best Christmas movie ever, Die Hard. Of course. All right, let's talk about the top 10 movies. One clown knocked another clown out of the top spot over the weekend. So, is there any of the top 10 movies you checked out, or did you find something else more to your liking to watch this week?
Oh, no. We finished off the Joker.
The Joker.
Pretty much did a 5-hour review on it live on stream. And man, it's interesting how this movie has been knocked down, just been dropping all week.
Yes.
In the box office. It's behind The Wild of Robot.
Yeah.
Our new number one movie, Terrifier 3.
Yes.
Wow. I have not seen this Terrifier, but I don't know anything about the Terrifier movies except for, it's a killer clown that terrorizes the town. But
yeah, and he's been in other movies too. That the same character has been in some other types of horror movies too. That they were then he spin off to his own movies or something. That's all I know about it. So.
Yeah, I was talking to this friend about this. I was recommending them probably the second one over the first one.
Wow.
But they're all directed by Damien Leon.
Say that 5 times fast.
So he's been at the helm of all three of them. So there should be some consistency throughout this movie, but I don't know if it's one I'm going to see or not. I might check it out.
Definitely so. Well, since you finished the Joker, and last week we talked about it, and I thought everything you said sounded like it was finished, but now you finished the Joker. How did it conclude?
Oh, it gets worse.
All right, everybody sit down. Let's get our coffee. Some of you get your Jameson. So here we go. You're gonna have to drink a little bit this morning.
We talked about the first hour of that movie, and it's just, you think that's gonna pick up somewhere and
change.
And it kind of felt like it did, but it just went back to what it was doing in the first hour. We left them on a rooftop singing, of course, Broadway style, just all in their imagination.
Right.
And they flash back to reality, and they separated
Wow.
Find out she wealth. He finds out she's there voluntarily, but she tries to drop a bombshell on him, saying, "I'm pregnant."
What? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Did she sing it to him? I'm pregnant.
Oh no, she starts singing after she brings it up.
Oh, okay.
They're in the visiting cell. It's just like, oh, stop singing already. But it's kind of weird because she says that and that's it. Just move on to the next thing. It's like, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's talk about this for a second. Oh, time to sing. So, talks about how she moved into his old apartment building. It's like, why don't you do that? He doesn't want to live there. And he says that. He doesn't want to live there. Of course he doesn't want to live there. He's got bad memories there.
Exactly.
But, it's almost like she's ignoring everything he's responding to, her saying. It felt weird. So it was kind of one of those moments. It's like, well, is this real or is it in his head? Can't really tell. We finally get the Joker in court. And they have a character from the first movie on the stand. Sophie, the girl he imagined having a relationship with in the first movie.
Okay.
And she's testifying. She's being questioned by Harvey Dent, who still should not be in this movie. I'm just trying to build a character of him, how he broke in, blah, 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 blah. But he didn't do them any harm. And she didn't call the cops that night when he broke in, but she felt she had to come forward after being subpoenaed so many times. Because the character of her in the TV movie they made about him, people would come to her job and harass her at work. And she's like, oh, these people find out where you live. Which also doesn't really add up because how would the people that made the TV movie know about the relationship unless Joker himself was a consultant for the movie?
Exactly.
Because he hasn't seen, they won't let him watch it. So it's like feels like some details I'm missing here.
A lot of details.
She mentioned she had a light relationship with his mom because her Joker's mom was always nice to her daughter. So I was like, okay. So then Joker's lawyer gets up, and this thing's gonna turn. We kind of start to see her true colors. So far in the movie, it seems like she's really on his side, really trying to get him admitted to a hospital and get him out of prison.
Right.
But while she's questioning Sophie on the stand, she starts bringing up the relationship with the mom. How called his laugh stupid, how he fails with women. It's just kind of really downgrading him.
Wow.
And Joker takes this to heart. So it was about an hour, 14 minutes in. While he's sitting there listening, he's starting to unwind or come unhinged. And of course, the room goes dark. There's a spotlight on him, and he starts singing again.
Of course.
Stop singing.
I know, right? You ruined it.
As more light fills up the room, we see, still in the courtroom doing this song and dance. And he imagines himself grabbing a stool and attacking Harvey. He sings on over to Gaga. She gets up. She hands him a revolver. So he just starts shooting at things and goes over to the judge, and there's like a comically oversized gavel to attack the judge with.
That's even worse.
This one now things are getting interesting. And of course, the crowd cheer supports and everything.
Wow, I can't believe this.
Some of this minor stuff here.
I can't believe this
Judge
movie.
allows it.
So much stuff in this movie. I'm already. Wow.
It gets back to the, of course, they have their churn.
Right.
Start over. And the lawyer continues to badmouth him, but, she's sour because she just got fired. But they get back to the jail. The inmates, they're cheering and applauding for him. And they proceed to start singing and dancing. It's like, stop it. So, they finally get ready for court. Or back in court for him to represent himself. He's dressed as the iconic Joker now.
Oh, wow.
And the judge says, he'll allow it because he's not doing anything wrong. And so we get another character from the first movie, little Gary. He takes the stand, and they're questioning him about when Joker killed Randall, the other guy from the first movie, gave him the first gun initially and turned on him. And this was probably the best scene in the movie because it's really heartfelt and somber. Because Gary he's just terrified now after what Joker did in front of him.
Right.
Randall.
Wow.
It's like, you're the only person I like. You're the only person that didn't pick on me. And, Joker says the same thing to him. It's like, well, do you think you see two different people? Am I the author you knew or am I the Joker you knew? And it's just like, I don't know who you are. And Joker kind of, it gets like sombered.
Wow.
Humbled.
Wow.
Like he realizes, oh no, that was my only friend and I terrified him and turned him on me. Now, during this whole time, while Joker's representing, so asking the question, sir, he's talking like one of the southern fat cat lawyers.
Oh, no. I can see it.
The prosecutor at, why can't I think of the name of that movie now? The one with Joe Pesci.
My Cousin Vinny.
My Cousin Vinny.
There you go. I was thinking.
He started to talk like that lawyer, which is real southern. It's just like, okay, I get it. He's having fun. He's not taking this serious. But is he still trying to prove that he's crazy? And there's two personalities there.
Man, I think he proved it.
But, he kind of ends it with, saying that now nobody knew he existed. But nobody knew Arthur Fleck existed, but they knew who Joker is. So it's like,
True.
Interesting point.
True.
And then they adjourn. When he gets off the stand, Harvey has no more witnesses, and Joker rests. And the defense rests. It's like, wait a minute, you might want to keep going here. You got to defend yourself here. What are you doing? Nope, he just has a seat. The defense rests. I'm like, okay, weird move. And
wow.
Of course, he turns around.
Right.
To Gaga, and she starts singing. Now they're
Poker face.
dancing on this, like another kind of like Broadway set that has a wedding chapel. So I guess in his head they get married. And,
who would marry Lou?
Which is to this
Gaga.
nightclub that's called Poco's.
Oh, okay, I get that. Poker face.
I think this is just to put more attention on Gaga because it's showing her playing, a piano and a keyboard. Showing, oh, look how talented Lady Gaga is. I'm like, I don't care. And Joker starts tap dancing.
Oh my God.
But then a very disturbing scene happens. While
the whole thing's disturbing to me.
While Joker was going off on a rant in the courtroom, he insulted the guards at the prison. So he gets back there, and they are not too happy. So they
Lord. This is just sounds like the worst movie ever.
Yeah, so now he's going through this process of just being sad, terrified. Everybody's against him now. So, about an hour and 40 minutes. We cut back to Lady Gaga. She's at home, I guess.
Wow.
She's putting on some makeup because she's getting her little.
This is an awful long
her
movie.
clown face on, and she's singing.
Oh, Lord. How much singing do they have to have in this movie? I feel sorry for you, Shane, watching this for us. Thank you, though. I'm not watching the movie.
So they get back to the courtroom, I guess the next day or whatever, doing the closing arguments, and like he takes a seat on a stool in front of the jury and in front of a camera. You know, he has that look like he's about to break into song like a lounge singer, but he stops, you know, he just sits there for a little while. The judge tells him this is not a comedy club, it's not a stage, you're not on stage. And he's talking about how he's going to do an angry rant and blame everybody, but then admits it was all a fantasy in his head. There is no Joker. But he basically renounces himself of being Joker. It's like, oh, that's weird.
Okay.
And then he confessed to killing his mom. It's like, oh, great. You're adding more charges to yourself. So I'm talking, because he's just giving up on the whole Joker persona now. And it's like he wants the world to meet off her foot. Guy that took out 6 people. Now, he's on trial for 5. Now it's 6. Good job.
Good job. Good job. Adding up.
Yeah, while he's doing this, you know, Gaga gets up and leaves. It's like, oh, good. Maybe she's out of the movie.
No.
The people follow. And he tells a knock-knock joke. It's like, knock-knock. I was like, who's there? Author Fleck who? And it just stops right there. It's like, huh. That was kind of deep.
Wow.
So it cuts to a scene in the hallway. Yeah, the jury's, they're deliberating.
Wow.
Their verdict ready. And they pretty much got it ready. They did it in the 4 hours. He's trying to call Lady Gaga from a payphone there. And gets her answering machine. She's just sitting on the floor of her apartment, just listening to it. And he starts singing to her answering machine.
More singing.
So they come back with a guilty verdict. And they're like at count 3.
Now, is this the end or or is there more? Wait, there's more.
There's a little bit more.
Oh no.
This is where the movie takes a weird shift because such spoiler alert, I've already talked about this. They read that third verdict. You know, he's been found guilty so far on everything. And he starts laughing. You know, his little maniacal, uncontrollable laugher. And the guy in the courtroom doesn't like that. One of the onlookers, you know, attacks him. Stop laughing. How can you laugh at that? It's not funny. They separate them. And then, kaboom, an explosion goes off. It's like the side of the courtroom where the windows are facing the street.
Right.
A bomb goes off. So, he gets thrown into the in front of the jury stand, and other people are just kind of everywhere. And he gets up, and they do a nice one shot here. But it lasts about 5 minutes of him getting up and gathering himself, and we see Harvey Dent.
Okay.
Like he's on the ground, and I hate that they did this. Everybody else obviously hates that they did this.
Uh-huh.
You can
Sounds like they did.
But he walks over to the hole in the wall, and all the audio is muffled. Some good audio design in this scene.
Best part of the movie, audio muffled.
Yeah, he walks through the hole in the wall, and outside it's just chaos, pandemonium, rubble everywhere. One of his supporters comes up that's dressed like him and realizes it's him. He's like, hey, it's you, we gotta get you out of here, Rushes him over to somebody else's car. I was like, hey, we gotta get him out of here. They throw him in the car, they drive off. Sounds go muffled. The supporters talking about, the chaos, you wanted to blow it all up and somebody did it. And he says something about creating more chaos. And Joker's in the backseat, laying down and I guess he hears that and he jumps out the car and starts running down the street. And we're still doing a one shot too. But the supporters start chasing him.
None of this makes sense.
I don't know. He gets away from him. So he goes to the iconic stairs.
Okay.
And we saw over and over in the first movie. And Lady Gaga's there. About halfway up. I think it was like, hey, we can go. We can get out of here. Escape. They attacked the courthouse. She's talking about how, she's all disappointed and mad because, he denied it all. It was all fantasy. She fell in love with Joker, and he's like, still the man you fell in love with. I'm like, yeah, technically he's right.
Exactly.
And you fell in love with it in that jail was Harper Flynn. When you checked yourself in there voluntarily to meet. But now she's all disappointed now for reasons, whatever, drama queen. And she starts singing.
Oh, God, can't we get the singing done? How many more hours is this movie?
It's kind of funny thing. It's like, while she's singing, he's saying to her, it's like, stop singing. I'm like, yeah, it's the same thing the audience is doing.
Thank you, Joker. Stop singing. Finally.
It's like, just talk to me. She's singing, sits the guy off and leaves. Well, okay, maybe she's gone now. And basically, as soon as she walks away,
it's over.
The police show up. And I guess it makes sense they would go there to look for him because everybody knows that the relationship those two have and they know where she lives. So that might have been like, where would he go? Where would he go?
Right.
Probably went to go after her.
Right.
Or the first place he'd go. So they find her. They'll find him. Back in jail. Everybody's kind of lost respect for him. Now he's, disowned the persona of Joker. But he's walking down the hall and an inmate comes up to him, a younger guy. He's like, hey, hold on, I got a joke for you. The guard told him, he was like, you got a visitor. And he's kind of dragging his feet. But the guard kind of disappears. And the guy's telling him a joke. And basically repeats the line. The punchline is the same thing he said to Murray from the first movie, Robert De Niro. Basically, you get what you deserve. And he proceeds to shake him in the stomach.
Oh, my Lord.
And it's like, whoa.
Ooh.
So he's
Joaquin
standing there
Phoenix.
holding his
Wow.
stomach all covered in blood. And it switches to him on stage with Gaga again.
Joker.
He's on his knees bleeding. And he starts singing. And there's a little fantasy there with Gaga.
Oh, man. Too much singing in this movie. They didn't even have that singing in the rain. Didn't have that much singing.
The song he sings has a line, interesting line in it. It says it sings about wanting a son to take his place. But back to that stairwell scene when Gaga said goodbye to him. He brings that up. He's like, but you're pregnant. We're gonna have a kid. She just doesn't respond to that. So it's like, is she really pregnant or not? But
this movie's
back to reality, collapses in the hallway.
Right.
And the inmate that did it just starts laughing. And I didn't see this in the back. I was too busy watching authors, but what I've been told is the guy that did it, like he just, leans against the wall laughing, and he cuts his mouth. And it's like, oh, well, maybe this guy becomes sugar. But the whole time, it's like we don't see Arthur, like we don't see him die. It's just him. It just slowly zooms into him laying on the ground. His eyes are still wide open. It looks like he's hanging on for dear life.
Wow.
And a cover of That's Life plays.
Oh.
And the movie ends with the same song the first movie ended with, but just done by a different artist.
Okay. Oh man.
Yeah.
That is wow, man. All I gotta say is, Joaquin Phoenix. I love him. I love Joaquin Phoenix, but just in this movie, it just sounds so wow. Too much singing for me. So anyway, long story short is, thank goodness Shane saw this movie so we don't have to. All right, Shane, tell everybody how to follow you and all that good stuff, brother.
2210 on YouTube. But in light of that movie being so bad and the box office is really showing it, wow, there's plenty of videos on YouTube of people that just are
I believe it.
bagging on this.
I believe it.
I haven't heard anybody that likes it or loves it or anything. But on a lighter note, new episode of Penguin is up.
Okay, there you go. Somebody asked about
that. I've got to say, we're at episode 4 now.
Okay.
And I got to say that has got to be the best episode so far.
I got to check this out.
Focus is, it's really a heavy focus episode on the girl Sophia, who was Falcone's daughter.
Right.
And it explains what happened to her. And it's really tragic. How she became known as the Hangman. It's really good stuff.
Got to check it out. The Penguin.
Great episode, number 4.
Number 4.
Show's definitely picking up some steam.
And where can we watch that?
On HBO.
HBO.
Also on demand.
HBO on demand. Check it out, guys. The Penguin on HBO on demand and on Max. Guys, check it out. We'll have Shane back here again next week. Stay tuned. More RyanOradio Penitentiary after this. All right, brother. That was great as always. Woo. That movie made me about pass out. I like Joaquin Phoenix. And I'm sure Lady Gaga's done some good stuff in the past in other movies, but this one just sounds like something that nobody wrote any kind of storyline to it.
That's what it feels like. It is. It's like, okay, we give in. We're going to do a sequel. What is it going to be about? Like, I have no idea.
That's what it sounded like to me.
Throw some music in there. Yeah, I don't feel like to dance. Yeah, sure. Well, let's have somebody compliment them. Yeah, okay, well, Lady Gaga.
I mean, this would be good on Broadway. It sounds like if they would get it down to what an hour Broadway show or something, and they do something like that on Broadway, that might work in New York on Broadway. But in the movie theaters, nah.
It probably would, because, there's only really 3 sets in this movie. The courthouse, the jail, and whatever little fantasy he goes on into. I meant to say this earlier, but it's in my review. You could take Lady Gaga out of this movie and not miss her.
That's what I figured.
She really does nothing for the story.
That's what I figured. She's probably just in it to get a paycheck, and people want to use her stardom because she can sing. That's the only reason she's in it. Where's your
out of
head?
his drive for feeling somewhere between normal and out of his mind.
Right.
But Gaga really doesn't add anything.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Wow. Well, I'm glad you watched it and not me. I feel bad for you, but seems like this is the worst movie you've seen in a long time. You've seen some pretty bad movies, but this one seems like it really took it out of you to watch it.
I was tired to watch this movie. It was so disappointing after watching such a great first movie.
Right.
You kind of look forward to a sequel.
A good sequel, yeah.
Even though they didn't want a sequel.
Yeah, even a mediocre one. Yeah, this one's not even mediocre.
Like, let's see what they do. And they didn't do anything.
Wow.
The movie starts and ends with the same place. That miserable
See you, Daniel.
left in jail.
Well, there you go.
No progression.
I mean, if they were going to make it all in his head, they should have made it all in his head, and that would have been a better ending. But,
I would prefer that.
Yeah, there you go. All right, brother. I'll talk to you again next week.
All
All right, have a good week, brother. All right, bye. Guys, follow Shane. Yeah, this one did suck. All right, we're going to come back and shut down the show. What's up, Grim? What's up, brother? It did suck. It sucked bad. Oh, you love the movie dude, huh? The best on the show. Wow. Well, I have to tell Terry C when he calls in that you like the movie guy better than him. Be safe, Martin. Definitely so with that smoke out there. Movies are hard to beat. I'm a big movie buff. There you go, Patriot. They're hard to beat. Yeah, he is. He's down there getting it down the road. I have to tell my other guests, too, that you don't like their history shows or their true crime. I'm picking with you, Patriot. Oh, somebody's calling anonymously. I don't want to put them on. They're going to cuss me out.
Thank you for contacting 99.1 FM. Calls will not be answered.
I don't want to be cussed out. Don't want to be cussed out there. Good morning. Welcome back in. All right, got a few minutes left with you. Coming up on Thursday night, it's Emily Osmond, Montana Jordan, Will Sasso, and Rachel Bay Jones in the new Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage, premiering this Thursday, 8 p.m. on CBS. The third in the series of the Big Bang Theory stuff, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I got to say about that. Young Shelton concluded with Shelton and Georgie's father passing away. Georgie and Mandy move on to raise their infant child. Also, what else we got going on? Soap opera news. Oh, this week right quick. Victor retaliates against Jack and Diane on Young and the Restless. Billy and Sally make a pact. Audrey wants to go and work for Jack and Diane. Phyllis is in control. More Sharon news. Will Daniel get in trouble? We'll see. That's all. And then on Friday, it's an all Phyllis show. All about her over 30 years of her being on Young and the Restless. So, and you know about that, Gil. B&B, you've got Brooke and Taylor finally come head-to-head again. Overage. Taylor talks to Steffi about her health. Liam goes after Hope. Carter goes after Hope. They all want hope. They all need hope. And Finn's like, about time that girl left me alone. And that's your soap opera report. Shins all the liars. That's what it says. All right, celebrating some celebrity birthdays today. You've got musician Cliff Richard of Shadows turning 84. You got Justin Hayward of Moody Blues turning 78. Golf Hall of Famer Beth Daniels turned 68 today. Also, ladies and gentlemen, actor Lori Petty turned 61 today. Radio personality, sports personality Jim Rome turned 60 today, as well as who else? Natalie Main from the Dixie Chicks turns 50 today. Wrestler Stacy Keibler turns 45 today. Actor Roland Blanchard turns 23 today. And that's it. Celebrity birthdays. So you notice the celebrity birthdays, nobody on the internet there and clickbaiters on TikTok. All right, good morning. Welcome in, Jessica. How you doing this morning? She said she was playing with her nephews. Great to hear. We appreciate all you wonderful people being with us on this RyanOradio Penitentiary. We're about ready to get out of here in just a few moments. Stay tuned for last hour broadcast with Deborah Harris this morning from 10 to 11 Eastern Standard Time, sponsored by Noonan City Church. We'll follow that up, ladies and gentlemen, with Passion Life Church with Terrell Scott. Back live today, 12 to 2. It's Rod back from Thanksgiving in Canada vacation, bringing the Rod Peterson Show 12 to 2. 2 to 3 to Sports Beat Richard Holdridge. You heard him this morning. 3 to 5 will be Braves Country Radio. 5 to 6, Rick Smith. 6 to 8 is going to be Talk Football with Drew and Cole. There you go. And, of course, 8 p.m. will be Chris Pomay. I'm back here first thing in the morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. They're the chicks these days, says Cher. Yeah, I'm used to calling them Dixie Chicks. I'm sorry. Back in the day when they were on all the radio stations and stuff, that's what they were called. So, yeah, they're called the Chicks. I'm sorry. They had that old song, Earl. Captain Hot Buns in the house. Gail, everybody's there. 50 degrees now, says Pete. Well, it's warming up a tad bit. Not very much. Not much into the sports and the private eye stuff, said the Patriot. Well, got to do something for everybody, you know. Randall said they're still the Dixie Chicks, just not a name. Well, I'm used to calling them the Dixie Chicks. Well, there you go. Great show today, Ryan. Thank you very much. Captain Hot Buns, who you talking to? Captain Hot Buns like, hey, I'm over here. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I got something else going on. It's all good. Dumb for changing name. Yeah, I apologize, but I'm so used to calling them that. I apologize to anybody if they're not the Dixie Chicks. I just was used to it. Back in a moment. All right, guys. Oh, Twilight Zone wins the poll question of the day. 68% of the votes of which of these TV shows are most strange. Twilight Zone, One Step Beyond, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, and others. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Jessica and Captain Hot Buns have a discussion. That's what it is. Sorry. But I appreciate everybody here. Peace, love, respect. We love you guys. Be back here tomorrow for the Weird Wednesday. Sally Toole is joining us tomorrow. She apologized for missing last Wednesday. She will join us tomorrow, and we'll get into some scary stuff this month with her. Some weird and traveling around the states. All right, guys, until we meet again, peace, love, respect. I'm out of here. Yeah, I apologize, guys. I forgot they were just called the Chicks, but back when we had them on the radio, when we had the station that was playing all kind of music, they were called the Dixie Chicks, so I apologize. Oh, okay, it's stupid. There you go. Oh, yeah. I figured you guys were talking. I didn't know what was going on. Jessica and Captain Hot Buns. You know, I like that y'all had that discussion. I should like take a picture of it and show people how people that disagree are discussing. They don't know how to do that supposedly in other feeds, but I think they do. All right, guys, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. I appreciate all you guys being with us. Peanut butter and jelly, shamer crap cup. They're not coming to my town, I can tell you that. I don't know about it. You guys have a great day. I appreciate you being with us for real, guys. I really do. It was a good morning. And I appreciate all you guys. Take care. Love one another. Prayers for every one of you. I don't know if you want to. I don't know if they want to come into small town Redneckville. Randall. They're not coming. But yeah, I gotta get some lemon for my voice. Get it going back to normal. You guys kick off at 6 a.m. with Minuteman Mountain War Room with my brother, the Patriot. He's gonna be in there tomorrow morning before me. He's my lead-in man. He's my opening act. If I am Kiss, he is Corn. If I am the Rolling Stones, he is Aerosmith.
WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key, Newton, Sharpsburg, Franklin, LaGrange.
And we'll definitely have Sally Toole on tomorrow. Vote for Jesus. I'm always voting for Jesus, Pete. You know me. You know I'm praying and taking care of everybody. The ones that believe, the ones that don't believe, the ones that want to believe, and the ones that say they believe. And I'm always praying for everybody. Kiss the Corn. There you go. Got Jesus going on in the background there. Local artist out of Columbus, Georgia. Great intro for this. Lots of things. T, old music, and mostly 2 a.m. news. There you go. But the chat gets me going. Other things sometimes kill. A great story nonetheless. There you go, Randall. That's right. All right, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for all the likes. Subscribe. Get it going. It's going up. Help a brother out at $RyanShelander. To all the new people coming on, because there's going to be people watching this different times of day, night. We appreciate all the brand new listeners on here. There's people who come back and watch this and comment and tag and all this kind of stuff on my, and I see it on my analytics and everything. So good morning and good evening, good afternoon to all those wonderful people tuning in too that are supporting the show. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow.